Hi, Shorty.
Fingers crossed, StreamYard's being a little bitch tonight, apparently. Very frustrating when we're professionals here. I'm fucking professional.
She's a fucking professional. No, goddammit.
Miss Shorty, you're muted. Miss Shorty, you're muted.
God, yes.
Endearing, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fade breaks, staying hydrated. It's Shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Trial watching, trials and tribulations. It's Camp Shorty calling all nations. What are you drinking? Shall we skip this part? Left or right-handed? Shit, she slid it to the start. She's a fucking professional. No, goddammit. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fade breaks, staying hydrated. It's Shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Psychology corner. Let's learn about stuff. New Miss Shorty music. Calling their bluff. Best chat, best community. We've got the best mods. A safe, supportive sanctuary full of fun and love. Rock out with your cats out. Curse all you want. And here at Camp Shorty, we even say cut. She's a fucking professional. You goddammit. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fade breaks, staying hydrated. It's Shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Hey, Shorties, what's doing, y'all? Get in here, Shorties. Let's fucking go. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. You've come to my attention. Glad you think I have bad intentions. You misinterpret every word I say. Reading the things never there, but hey, don't fuck with me. Game on, oh girl, let's go. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Fuck what I find out. Come at me, bro. I'm the epitome of poison class. Your neighbor girl, sit down that ass. You need to realize I will call you out, even as I grace you with the benefit of doubt. You've put on quite a show. It's time we talk this out. It's true you're trying to feel my glow, but I'm truly not put out. It's pretty clear you made a choice, my words to misconstrue. But I simply don't hold grudges, so girlfriend, you do you. Perhaps you don't believe it, but trust me, this much is true. If you fuck around, you will find out. So girl, I promise you, don't fuck with me. Game on, oh girl, let's go. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Fuck around and find out. Come at me, bro. You don't believe it, but trust me, this much is true. If you fuck around, you will find out. So girl, I promise you, don't fuck with me. Game on, oh girl, let's go. Come at at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Fuck around and find out. Come at me, bro.
Oh, hi, Shorties. Hi. Got my new Miss Shorty 69 cap on. You fucking betcha. Oh, no, she swore in the first 7 seconds, 7 minutes. Hi. Hi, Buster says hello. Hello. God, Buster just bumped the mouse and made me go off stage. Hi again. Hi, guys. What do we do when this happens? Jumbo bag of pig's ears. I have 20 pig's ears for this weekend and hopefully next. That should be enough, surely. Let me do it. Let me do a thing. How are you all? I can see you all in chat. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. What a week. That's one for you, Poppy. You always get the second one. You get the first one today. Buster, I'll find a big one for you. Ooh, snap. There you go, darling. Hi. Okay. It's as soon as I start talking because I'm busying around in my own little world like all the time. And then once I say hi, they're like, we're on. It's showtime. Places, everybody. Okay, let me say hi to some people. Oh, Maiden says, love the look, Lisa. Thanks. My hair couldn't be any dirtier because and I didn't want to be fiddling around with these stupid curls. So I'm like, because it's not my real hair. It's a hair piece. So I'm like, cap, plaits, boom. What earrings have I got on? The roller skate earrings. Who was it last weekend who was asking if I got roller skate earrings? I want to say it was Mary Flynn. So, oh, yikes. I've got me on the big screen there on a delay. Hi, Shorty. Sup? Simmy, hi. Pammy, hi. Shelley, hello. Lurking Feds, hello. Well, don't you look cute, Lisa? Thanks. You should see me. You should see me minus all of this. This is just for y'all. I look like an old wet dishcloth without it. Micah, hello. Akasha. Wait, Steph, hello, wife. How are you, darling? Now, let me see. Akasha. I had an Akasha moment. When was it? Yesterday morning? I don't know, time. Or maybe it wasn't even morning. Who knows? It's always dark in my world because I get up. Anyway, I digress. I put my phone down somewhere, right? And I was like, honestly, where in the world? What in the world? Where is my phone? I was going all around the house looking. I looked in the fridge. I was to myself, I'm going, I want to tell Akasha about this because I know she'll relate. I found it. Hi, Laura. There she is. Sup? I said, hi, Micah. Hi, Simmy. I said, I don't want to miss anybody. Simmy's lurking. Sweet. Joanna, hi. Good to see you. What a week. I know Ms. What the Fuck is backstage. Hello, streamer. That's me. I mean, I do my best. We're professionals around here. Madeline, hello, darling. Good to see you in green, girl. Group hugs, right? Wow, what a week. I'm feeling invigorated. Can you tell? So good, like so good. Steph's feeling overwhelmed by the mass onslaught of folks. Same. Welcome to my life. I'm like, ooh. Okay, KK. I haven't said hello to Ms. What the Fuck, but she's waiting backstage for me to get my shit together, which is the story of her life. She's so busy. I'm so busy. We're doing our best, man. Oh, I got tears in my eyes with how good this week's been. Okay, KKK. Let me keep scrolling back the other way. Oh, big news. Wait. See these glasses? They're just off Amazon. I did just clean them. Like literally. And things are so much clearer. Right? Why can't I hear? Why? Wait. Something weird just happened. I don't hear this in my earballs. Walk and talk chat. Let me go, because that came on my screen and I've got earbuds in. I feel like... Yeah, see, wait. Pause. Chat. Pause. I had to... they're not connected. Let me just go like this. You know me, chat. I'm at the height of professionalism. Hit me with your Bluetooth connect. There. One,
Let's get ready to
2, 3. Isn't it connecting? Were we doing this? We've been streaming for a year and we're doing this? Come on now, Miss Shorty. What are you doing with your life? Oh, I can fiddle around with it. That's what she said. Why does it hate me? I'm not sure. I'm going to pretend that's not happening and I'll work that out in a minute. Anyway, welcome to the week that was. This is, we've decided, and I think you decide too, this is, thank you, Simi. We've decided this is your best place to hear about the week that was. We are breaking down the news that piqued our interest. I happened to send quite a lot of eye bleach, bubbly, feel-good stuff to Ms. What the Fuck. Had quite the preoccupied week. So, but some big shit happened, right? Probably what I should do is welcome our girl Ms. What the Fuck to the stage. Because without you, it's not... Oh, I just took you off the stage again. See? God, hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Great. Buster just did something else. Buster, I'm going to need you to not do that. Excuse me. Hang on. Hopefully I'm still live. Because my screen...
You're good.
Pause. StreamYard just went off the screen. This is fantastic. Thanks, Buster. I appreciate you. Where did that go?
How about while you're figuring that out, we do a bumper?
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
And we are back. He put StreamYard in the trash with his little bit of love in there. So got it. Hi, Forrest Nelson. I see you're in the house. Good to see you. Now, some big stuff went down, Miss What the Fuck.
Indeed. It was a pretty crazy week. All the way up until just, 5 seconds ago, pretty much. We were doing updates to what was going to happen today.
Yes.
So... yeah, it's pretty chaotic, pretty crazy, and it's still unfolding.
Sorry, I'm still trying to get my earbuds because you guys are going to get an echo.
That's all right. Well,
I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Can we play something and I'll get this sorted?
We can absolutely play something. In fact, let's play the thing that has been stuck in my head all week. How about that? Okay.
Let's do that.
Give me 2 seconds while I scroll. Here we go.
The problem is I didn't charge my
all kinds of granular. This shit is nuance. Nothing is binary. Trolled for the last dance. Scrabbling, babbling, lying and spying. Flip on a dime, but still I ain't crying. No, I ain't playing. Not gonna lie. No, I ain't playing. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm just saying. Peace out, bye bye. Waiting and waiting. And losing your mind. No, I ain't playing. Fast forward, rewind. Wind it back, it's boring. Yip, hush now. Yawning, not happening. Oh, hell no, get out. One of these days, maybe all's y'all get tired. Campaign manager probably should get fired. Nope, I ain't playing. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm just saying. Peace out, bye bye. bullshit, no drama llama. Esoteric shit, touch some, smoke some. Y'all are so hectic, peace, quiet, karma. Yeah, I ain't playing, not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm just saying, peace out, bye bye. Fading and waiting, and losing your mind. No, I ain't playing. Fast forward, rewind. Endlessly tedious. Haters be hating. Stamp that shit, shorties. I'm outie, I'm skating. Oof, y'all, they had a mission. Trip, fall, they still be wishing. Give them something, anything, I'm done dancing. It ain't no thing. Yo, I ain't playing, not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm just saying, peace out, bye bye. Fading and waiting, and losing your mind. No, I ain't playing. Fast forward, rewind. Endlessly tedious. Haters be hating. Stamp that shit, shorties. I'm outie, I'm skating. Oof, y'all, they had a mission. Trip, fall, they still be wishing. Give them something, anything, I'm done dancing. It ain't no thing. Yo, I ain't playing, not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm just saying, peace out, bye bye. Fading and waiting, and losing your mind. No, I ain't playing. Fast forward, rewind.
Hi, sorted. Let me just explain. No surprise here. I didn't charge my earbuds for work one day because I have a set for work and a set for streaming. And I had to grab my streaming ones to go to work. And then it confused everything. But we're good. We are all set. Let's get into the news. So thank you, everybody, for your patience. Now, first up, I think there's a couple of huge stories this week. But first up, what does Gazella call him? The wannabe. I think others called him that. The defendant, now the convicted felon, Brian Kohberger, pled to get out of the death penalty and is now being sentenced. There were epic victims' impact statements from the remaining roommates, family, and friends. We'll go over a bit of it and the judge's remarks because Judge Hippler ain't playing either.
Yeah.
I got to put you, hang on, I got to, you talk, I think we can still hear you, but I've just got to fix the layout. So you talk.
Okay. So we're going to start off with Salty, and I saw Salty in here, which is awesome.
Oh yeah. Hi, Salty. Hi, Salty, by the way.
Hi, Salty. Salty had a great post, tagging the victims' names, Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan, and putting this awesome picture, all shackled in that belly chain, of him there.
Ugh.
And then this other picture that you sent over, which I wanted to pop up, which was just really beautifully captured of Dylan and her mom. Yeah.
And I saw there's some amazing still shots out there. There's a fantastic photo of the profile of Kaylee's sister. What a woman. And there's been a lot of divisiveness around on the social medias about whether the Consalves's statements were appropriate. I mean, okay, I don't think any of us have got are in any position to pass judgment without grace to people who have been subjected to living through what they've had to live through. And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck if you don't like what they said, because it's not us. Like, it's not us. It's their time. These people, everybody grieves differently. Everyone processes grief differently. It's victims' impact statements. That's how it impacted them as family members to this horrific crime. So, yeah. So that, I think, grace to people who did a phenomenal job. Like, you messaged me because I was asleep, of course, because of time difference. I was asleep when I was on catch up for the day of the victim impact statements and the sentencing, and you messaged me, Ms. What the fuck, it said, "Oh my God." What's her first name?
Olivia.
Thank you, Olivia, but it's spelt differently, right? So my brain struggles. Yes. You're like, so powerful. It was like a scene out of a movie, and it absolutely was. I was like, you all know, normally I just listen to things, and I watched her, like, she's an impressive human, in every way. It was awe-inspiring, in my opinion, in every way. So,
and so
yeah, I just want to say hello to a couple of people. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Gabby. I saw Gabby's here. Christy's here. I saw someone else that I like. I really should say hi, and I didn't. I'm sorry if I've missed y'all. Oh, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Yes, if I missed you, I'll see you in a minute, and I'll say hello when I see you. So we've got some other stuff. Yes. Yes, we do. Always.
Yeah. So speaking of Olivia, we'll go over we're going to go over some of her testimony, her victim impact statement, because it was just so powerful, and just mic drop moments the whole time. And then we'll go over a couple more.
Yeah.
Let's make sure I have everything. Okay.
Hello, I'd like to start by thanking the court for allowing me the time and opportunity to speak today. My name is Olivia, and I'm the big sister of Kaylee Gonzalez, and I was blessed to love Madison Mogan as a sister too. I'm not here today to speak in grief. I'm here to speak in truth. Because the truth is, my sister Kaylee and her best friend Maddie were not yours to take. They were not yours to study, to stalk, or to silence. They were two pieces of a whole, the perfect yin and yang. They are everything that you could never be. Loved, accepted, vibrant, accomplished, brave, and powerful. Because the truth about Kaylee and Maddie is they would have been kind to you. If you had approached them in their everyday lives, they would have given you directions, thanked you for the compliment, or awkwardly giggled to make your own words less uncomfortable for you. In a world that rejected you, they would have shown mercy. Because the truth is, I'm angry. Every day I'm angry. I'm left shouting at the inside of my own head everything I wish I could say to you. The truth about me is when I heard the news, I didn't cry. I listened for them. I promised them I would, that I would fight for them, that I would show up no matter what it cost me. I swore I'd never let them feel alone. Because you see, I've always been their heavyweight. I've always been the one to fight the battles they didn't feel ready to fight themselves. All it ever took was a call, and they knew I would handle it for them, no matter the time, no matter the cost. They could wave their white flag because they knew I would never back down, not for them. And not even death could change that. Somewhere along the line, I started to think about what I would say to them if I was given just one last chance.
Hi, Bixie.
If I could gather enough heartbreak or love or sacrifice or whatever it took to get just one message across, what would I say? Throughout this entire process, I've written my feelings down at every moment, my wishes, my love, my denial, my anger. And as one final act of love, I'd planned to read these thoughts, even jarring and discombobulating and not even making sense. Because for me, that was true love. As bare and as naked as it could be. not laced in pretty words or dressed for the occasion, but written through bleary eyes at 2 a.m. with clenched fists, angry at this reality. My true final act of love was to continue on without them, for them. That dream to read aloud my love to them, to bring meaning through pain, was the latest blow in realizing you don't deserve it. And Kaylee and Maddie don't need it. Kaylee and Maddie have always known my love, and they would never ask me to prove it by further victimizing myself to a defendant who has shown no guilt, no remorse, no apprehension. They would say to me, why would you give the satisfaction of showing vulnerability now? You promised you would never back down. And for that clarity, I'm thankful. I won't stand here and give you what you want. I won't offer you tears. I won't offer you trembling. Disappointments like you thrive on pain, on fear, and on the illusion of power. And I won't feed your beast. Instead, I will call you what you are. Sociopath, psychopath, murderer. I will ask the questions that reverberate violently in my own head, so loudly that I can't think straight most any day. Some of these might be familiar, so sit up straight when I talk to you. How was your life right before you murdered my sisters? Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your apartment? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this time. Why did you choose my sisters? Before making your move, did you approach my sisters? Detail what you were thinking and feeling. Before leaving their home, is there anything else you did? How does it feel to know the only thing you failed more miserably at than being a murderer is trying to be a rapper? Did you recently start shaking or manually pulling out your eyebrows?
Exactly.
Why November 13th?
Just pause it for a second. There's so many things just so far, right?
Oh, like I was looking at his, looking at the, I think it might have been a still photo after the fact, and his eyebrows are significantly thinner. He looks like my eyebrows when I haven't tinted them because they're blonde, and yeah, there's some amendments being made to his appearance, but sir, please.
Amendments.
Well, not sir, motherfucker, please. Not sir. What am I saying? He doesn't even
go.
get my ironic sir. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here. Sit up straight, bitch.
Right. In his rap, everything.
And the photos with him with his hairs all standing up on his arms. I'm not sure whether he's just got very bushy hairs on his arms as well, but yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, Pammy, the questions,
Same.
right? I didn't realize
Yes.
that either.
Yes, it didn't click for me. I was thinking this is interesting and curious and very clever. And she had prefaced it by saying it was just a collection of her thoughts and it might seem a bit fractured. So I just assumed it was that. And then, because I'm not heavily immersed, I'm sure Salty knew straight away. But because she knows this case like the back of her hand. But yeah, and it was even more powerful, just how much they've lived and that just shows how much they've lived and breathed this from every
Yeah.
I'm kind of speechless. It doesn't happen often.
Do you truly think your Amazon purchase was untraceable because you used a gift card? How do you find it enjoyable to stargaze with such a severe case of visual snow?
Boom.
Where is the murder weapon? The clothes you wore that night? What did you bring into the house with you? What was the second weapon you used on Kaylee? What were Kaylee's last words? Please describe in detail the level of anxiety you must have felt when you heard the Bearcat pull up to your family home on December 30th, 2022. Which do you regret more? Returning to the crime scene 5 hours later, or never, ever going back to Moscow, not even once, after stalking them there for months? If you were really smart, do you think you'd be here right now? What's it like needing this much attention just to feel real? You're terrified of being ordinary, aren't you? Do you feel anything at all? Or are you exactly what you always feared? Nothing. If you're so powerful, then why are you still hiding, defendant? You see, I'm here today as me. But who are you? Let's try to take off your mask and see.
So good.
You didn't create devastation. You revealed it in yourself. And that darkness you carry, that emptiness, you'll sit with it long after this is over. That is your sentence. And it was written on the wall long before you ever pled guilty. You didn't win. You just exposed yourself as the coward you are. You're a delusional, pathetic, hypochondriac loser who thought you were so much smarter than everybody else. Constantly scolding, turning your nose up to grammar mistakes, nitpicking and criticizing others. You wanted so badly to be different, to be special, to be better, to be deep, to be mysterious. You found yourself thinking you were better than everyone else, and you thought you could figure out the human psyche and see through it, all while tweaked out on heroin. Working in the shadows made you feel powerful because no one ever paid you any attention in the light. You thought you were exceptional, all because of a grade on a paper. You thought you were elite because your online IQ test from 2010 told you so. All of that effort just to seem important. It's desperate. There is a name for your condition, though. Your inflated ego just didn't allow you to see it. Wannabe. You act like no one could ever understand your mind, but the truth is you're basic. You're a textbook case of insecurity disguised as control. Your patterns are predictable. Your motives are shallow. You are not profound. You're pathetic. You aren't special or deep, not mysterious or exceptional. Don't ever get it twisted again. No one is scared of you today. No one is intimidated by you. No one is impressed by you. No one thinks that you are important. You orchestrated this like you thought you were God. Now look at you, begging a courtroom for scraps. You spent months preparing, and still all it took was my sister in a sheath. You worked so hard to seem dangerous, but real control doesn't have to prove itself. The truth is, the scariest part about you is how painfully average you turned out to be. The truth is, you're as dumb as they come. Stupid, clumsy, slow, sloppy, weak, dirty. Let me be very clear. Don't ever try to convince yourself you mattered just because someone finally said your name out loud. I see through you. You want the truth? Here's the one you'll hate the most. If you hadn't attacked them in their sleep, in the middle of the night, like a pedophile, Kaylee would have kicked your fucking ass. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a couple. I have a couple other clips, but I gotta do something real quick. I gotta take us off, or take you this off for a second.
I want to say, I channeled a little bit of Olivia this week. I'm like, strong women, let's fucking go. Totally different scenario, obviously, but powerful stuff.
I would agree with that, ma'am. Absolutely.
Ma'am?
Yeah,
Steph says, I've never heard clapping after a victim's impact statements before. I think at first they were very reserved and being proper, proper in the court. And then after that, it was just, it kind of, it filled them with the same, Olivia filled, and then Steve filled the courtroom, the gallery with the power. It gave them the power back, I think. And after that, I found it a little bit confronting, to be honest. But it was only because it was uncomfortably new to me, the clapping. I wasn't thinking, oh, how dare you? It wasn't like when Renee Stonebridge wore the sleeveless top and everyone was so outraged by how improper that was in the first Karen Reid trial. It was just a different. I was just like, yeah, I can see why they're clapping, and now they feel like they've got yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
what do we got?
Okay. So now we have, this is Kaylee's mom, but we're gonna do the part where she reads her daughter Audrey or Aubrey's message.
Pretty name.
Hell will be waiting.
Yeah.
Quick message from our youngest daughter. Aubrey wanted to say, you may have received A's in high school and college, but you're going to be getting big D's in prison.
There's been a lot of division and binary opinions on that. It's not a laughing matter, but at this, like that, that situation for people in jail. But if anyone on the planet deserves to have that wished upon them, it's got to be. I mean, there's a couple, but
Yeah.
Brian Kohberger, and again, I go back to that. It's victims' impact statement. If that's how they feel, then they have every right to say those things. That's their time. It's the families and the loved ones' time. So,
Exactly. I'm with you 100% there. I just, they only get one chance to speak, right? Like they really
yes.
only get this one opportunity. I mean, how often are they going to get to see him face to face and say something? I appreciate that the judge gave them the latitude.
Yeah, and didn't reprimand them. How beautiful! I mean, he's just what a man. I'm glad that Judge. Oh, wait, that's not this case.
That was
Who was the former judge? That's for Curry Richards, isn't it? What am I doing?
The former one and this one, I believe, was Judge. Obviously, Salty would know for sure, but
yes. Hipple is now. Yes, Hipple is now. So good. Love him. 10-10. Best. Oh my God. I was crying when anyway, I won't get ahead of ourselves. Let's go. We got another one. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pierre.
So this will be just kind of how it played out, the ending part, how it played out, how the defense reacted or didn't react, I guess, and then the judge taking over.
Right.
All right, Mr. Kohberger, you have an opportunity to make a statement if you wish to. I take it you are declining.
I respectfully decline.
Get the fuck out of here. So,
That's it.
Motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker. Well, I think it was, it was Gazella, Grizzly True Crime, where I was watching it on behind, but and she was like, it's like he was, would you like dessert, sir? No, I respectfully decline. Respect? Get the word respect out of your mouth, piece of shit. Like, wow.
I was watching it with Salty. I don't think it was quite responded to in that way. I think it was a little bit more colorful. Okay. Let's listen to the judge.
Please. All right, let me start this morning by acknowledging and thanking those that have come here today in support of their loved ones. And I appreciate your courage and your strength. And I hope that you are able to move on as best as possible. Thank counsel for the professionalism that they've exhibited throughout this case. It's been my great honor to preside in this case and to help bring, to the extent possible, some resolution and hopefully justice to this case. During the quiet morning hours of November 13, 2022, a faceless coward breached the tranquility of 6 beautiful young people and senselessly slaughtered them, 4 of them, Who committed this unspeakable evil was unknown for several weeks, but due to the killer's incompetence and outstanding police work by numerous local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies, the person that slithered through that sliding glass door at 1122 King Road now stands before the world and this court unmasked. This unfathomable and senseless act of evil has caused immeasurable pain and loss. No parent should ever have to bury their child. This is the greatest tragedy that can be inflicted upon a person. Parents who took their children to college in a truck filled with moving boxes had to bring them home in hearses lined with coffins.
Oh,
The loss this killer inflicted was not just the death of these people's children, siblings, grandchildren, as we've heard today. It has ripped a hole in their soul, destroying a special part of their very essence. Any person who is a parent defines themselves foremost as such. It is their existence and purpose of being. And it has been stolen from these parents. None of us have experienced the loss these victims have in the unspeakable way that they have. And therefore, none of us can, nor should we, question the way in which they have handled their loss. Whether that be in private mourning, removed as far as possible from this media circus, or in front of a camera demanding retribution with the loudest megaphone. I've listened intently to the stories and pain that have been shared today, with great awe at the courage and resilience of the surviving family members of those wonderful children. I've listened also to the surviving roommates, both in person and through their friends. And I can't think of how, frankly, courageous they have been despite the hell that they have faced by uncaring people who have come up with all kinds of crazy theories about two kids simply being kids. The parents, siblings, and other family members who have spoken today are designated as victims in our legal system. But going forward, I hope that they can shed that label, as it gives too much power to the evil that condemned them to that role. They are and should be known as survivors, fighters, and foremost as witnesses to the tremendous lives of value and unbounded promise of these four young people. But those speaking today and those who did not speak, but who carry the same burden, this same loss, now carry forward the memories of these now perpetually young people, these forever children. These survivors carry the responsibility of ensuring that the voices of these children, Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan, are never forgotten, and the positive impacts that they have had on so many lives are never minimized, and that the love they shared, the light that they shined onto others is forever celebrated. As we sit here today, this case is ending, and we are now certain who committed these unspeakable acts of evil, but we don't know, and what we may never know is why. I share the desire expressed by others to understand the why, but upon reflection, it seems to me, and this is just my own opinion, that by continuing to focus on why, we continue to give Mr. Kohberger relevance. We give him agency and we give him power. The need to know what is inherently not understandable makes us dependent upon the defendant to provide us with a reason, and that gives him the spotlight, the attention, and the power he appears to crave. Yet even if I could force him to speak, which legally I cannot, how could anyone ever be assured that what he speaks is the truth?
exactly.
Do we really believe,
Preach.
after all of this, he's capable of speaking the truth or of giving up something of himself to help the very people whose lives he destroyed? Rather, I suspect the so-called reason would be dished out in enticing, self-serving, and aggrandizing untruthful bits, leaving people wanting more information, more insight, and thus enhancing even further the power he seeks to hold. Even if we could get truthful insight into his why, I suspect it would not in any way quench one's thirst for actually understanding why in the first instance. Because there is no reason for these crimes that could approach anything resembling rationality. No conceivable reason could make any sense. And in the end, the more we struggle to seek explanation for the unexplainable, the more we try to extract a reason, the more power and control we give to him. In my view, the time has now come to end Mr. Kohberger's 15 minutes of fame. It's time that he be consigned to the ignominy and isolation of perpetual incarceration. I know there has been concern about him collaborating on books or movies or other media projects, and I truly hope that someone does not stoop to affording him this spotlight that he desires in the name of clicks, royalties, or profits. While criminal behavioralists should study him away from the spotlight in an attempt to prevent other would-be killers from acting on their worst impulses, there should be no need for that to spill over into the public eye. The great Idaho jurist Edward Lodge was known for trying to find something positive about every person he ever sentenced. And with over a half a century as a trial judge, that was a lot of people. This was often challenging, and I recall in one case he said that the best he could come up with was the defendant had good penmanship. Truth be told, I'm unable to come up with anything redeeming about Mr. Kohberger because his grotesque acts of evil have buried and hidden anything that might have been good or intrinsically human about him. His actions have made him the worst of the worst. Even in pleading guilty, he's giving nothing hinting of remorse or redemption, nothing suggesting even a recognition or understanding, let alone regret for the pain that he has caused. And therefore, I will not attempt to speak about him further, other than to simply sentence him so that he is forever removed from civilized society. And accordingly, based upon his conduct and based upon the record before this court, recognizing the standards that govern this court's sentencing decisions as set forth in State v. Toohill, I hereby sentence Mr. Kohberger as follows. On count 1, burglary, 10 years fixed, 0 years indeterminate. I also impose a fine of $50,000. Count 2, first-degree murder of Madison Mogan. I sentence the defendant to a fixed term of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, a fine of $50,000, and a civil penalty of $5,000 payable to the family of the victim. On count 3, for first-degree murder of Kaylee Gonzalez, I sentence the defendant to a fixed term of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, a fine of $50,000, and a civil penalty of $5,000 payable to the victim of the family, or to the family of the victim, pardon me. On count 4, for the first-degree murder of Xana Kernodle, I sentence the defendant to a fixed term of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, a fine of $50,000, and a civil penalty of $5,000 payable to the family of the victim. On count 5, for the first-degree murder of Ethan Chapin, I sentence the defendant to a fixed term of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, a fine of $50,000, and a civil penalty of $5,000 payable to the family of the victim. The sentences on counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 shall run consecutively to one another. Restitution will be left open for 60 days. Defendant will be required to submit a DNA sample and a right thumbprint impression to the Department of Corrections and comply with the DNA Database Act. I remand the defendant to the custody of the Idaho State Board of Corrections for to be imprisoned in an appropriate facility and execution of the sentence where he will remain until he dies. Though you've waived your right to appeal, you do have a right to file a notice of appeal, and any such appeal must be filed within 42 days of the date of the written judgment, which will be entered shortly hereafter. Though the appeal, you should be aware, may be deemed a violation of the plea agreement, and so I certainly suggest you discuss that with counsel if that is your desire. I ask the media and public present to allow the families to.
You might be put to death, sir, if you try to appeal, because that's the plea agreement, right? No appeals, man. Right to appeal. Gone.
That's pretty much it.
I was muted, but hi, Candy, and hi, Rachel. Good to see you. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Couple of little housekeeping things. We're live on X at the moment, so if you have more than one device, feel free to head on over there and join me hanging out by myself in the X chat. It's a fun place, Twitter, so let's do it. What else? I typed it into the chat before, but Salty Sleuth and I will be joining Steve from Publicly Buzzed at 9 Eastern, so in a few hours for Feral Friday. Can't wait. hanging with my friends. So fun. There's a redirect already set up for that, like a portal. So if you stick around to the very end, it will shuttle us over there, and then y'all could wait for me and Steve like you all have to wait for me because I'm always late. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. So just thought I'd mention that. And also Replay Crew, hi. Forgot to say it before. If you'd like to watch the live chat replay on your handheld device, it's possible. It's easy. All you do is swipe left on the comment tab. There's a couple of little dots up there. It'll give you the option to watch live chat replay instead. But also, furthermore, nevertheless, could you please leave a comment? It really, really makes a difference. Comments are so helpful to engagement for the channel. So there it is. Thank you so much. Couple of other little housekeeping things because I was so busy sorting out my earbuds that I didn't say all the normal things. All super chat, super stickers, buy me a coffee, new memberships, gifter memberships get you in the draw for a Miss Shorty merch top. But you could get a cap if you want. There's some good ones. I just got a bunch. Whatever you want, really. Whatever. We're definitely going to draw it tomorrow night. So last chance. And I see someone just joined on Twitter and said, hi, thanks for streaming on Twitter. You're very welcome. Thanks for joining. How do I chat on X? All you do is go to down the bottom. If you click on the thing, sorry, my phone screen's dirty. Down the bottom, it says live chat and just tap on that and you can tap in there. Yikes. Pretty cool, huh? Right. So I think that's all the housekeeping. Yeah. Shall we move on? Ms. What the fuck? Or is there something more left for Brian Kohberger? Or are we putting him away forever?
We are putting him away. However, I do just want to mention, because I didn't do it up front and I didn't get to see the chat. That video was brought to us by the Trial Channel, who, of course, got it out like immediately. So thank you to the Trial Channel. Make sure you go check out that for all of your court needs.
Yes, the Trial Channel is amazing. Salty's over there on X as well. Thanks, Salty. Hi, holla.
Nice.
And Better Call Saul. Sweet. So the other.
Before we do that, we're going to do a little eye bleach before we do the next story.
Yes. Thank you.
Little bit of joy to cleanse our palate before we get into the next thing. So it says, I'm really, you know what? I don't trust it, so I'm going to mute it. Okay. I just don't trust anybody anymore. He's a chihuahua. Trying.
He's eating. Steph, he's eating your bacon. Stephanie, blah blah blah. Look at him eating the bacon on the screen.
Oh,
so cute.
Too cute.
Too cute.
Oh man,
we're going to get the big. Oh, we've got all sorts of news stories. Not just true crime, not just anyway. But we thought we'd get the two, particularly heavy ones, out of the way first, so we don't have to be weighed down too heavily by knowing that it's coming, I guess.
Exactly.
So moving on to, of course, Stephen Stearns. I hate saying their names. Who took a plea deal this week also. How about that? How about that, coward? What's up? Ahead of the trial he had the trial coming up for his CSA, CSAM, and murder of Madeline Soto. The murder trial was yet to occur. It was the eve of his CSAM trial. He was fucked with that, right? And he couldn't possibly have pled to those charges without it being used as contributing factors, aggravating factors for the murder trial. So of course he pled guilty to all charges, and he will spend the rest of his life, his natural life, in prison, same as the former defendant we just were watching. So
yeah. So we'll get started. We only got a couple of things because we just frankly don't want to talk about this guy very much. But one thing.
It's official. Stephon Stearns will never leave prison. But is that enough? Stearns pleaded no contest today in Osceola, Florida, on the charge for taking 13-year-old Madeline Soto's life. Now, him pleading no contest means that he's not necessarily admitting guilt, but he is accepting the conviction and the sentencing as if he did admit guilt. He
No
also
contest,
pleaded
pussy.
guilty to 20 counts of S crimes against a child. In return for these pleas, he has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Madeline Soto went missing in late February 2024, just one day after her 13th birthday. Her body was found in the woods in Osceola, Florida, just days after she disappeared. Shortly after that discovery, Stephon Stearns, who was the boyfriend of Madeline's mother, Jennifer Soto, was arrested. There won't be a trial, there won't be a chance for parole, but is this full justice for Madeline Soto? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. As this case concludes, I want to say one more time, rest in peace to Madeline Soto, a child that went through more than any child should ever even have to know exist. This has been an absolutely devastating case, and personally, I'm not sure that this is full justice. Not only because Stephon Stearns avoided the harshest punishment, but also because he is the only one being punished. And in my opinion, just me, I don't think he is the only one that should be held responsible in this case. Rest in peace to you, Madeline.
Whew, that just got me at the end there. Whew. That's heavy. I found that creator on TikTok coincidentally because I was watching some things about a chick, a 17-year-old chick. You all might know this story. I think in Georgia, who was just in the last couple of weeks arrested for the shooting murder of her mother and her stepmother. I can't remember her name, but a little TikToker who, anyway, happened in the start of the year, and that TikToker that we just saw then was. Do you have a name? Is what the fuck? I can't remember it now.
Yeah. Let me
she was being interviewed by various law and crime, something law and crime talking heads, some guy that wasn't familiar with him, and they said she was a TikToker. So it was about that case that she was talking about, because this particular young alleged murderer had reached out to her to cover the case of her shooting death of her parents because it was unsolved. And then when I went to her TikTok to follow her, that was the first thing that came up, and I thought that was a really just a helpful little snippet synopsis about Stephen Stearns. Rest in peace, Maddie. Allegedly, reportedly. Hey, I didn't even type that. Look, Ma, no hands. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I did that in there. I'm sorry.
No, same brain. We're the same. So if you like, she's really cool. If you're a TikTok-y person, I'm not, but there's some good stuff on there. So, I mean, I'm also me. Hi, I'm on TikTok also. We got something else about this motherfucker?
Yeah. So because, like people said, the mom didn't show, but her biological dad did. I am not super familiar with this case. I really have stayed away from it a lot. I did watch this with Salty again, actually. But this case is one that I stayed away from because yikes. It was a bit much for me. But I thought we could play the dad. I just thought we could play the dad's statement.
Absolutely. I was at work listening to this, and yeah, it's a bit weird walking around work crying.
Yeah.
But there you have it. Hi, Spinster, by the way. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, I was at work. I was working too, and it was I was crying too. It was tough. So yeah, this is the biological dad.
What's your relationship to Madeline Soto? Madeline Soto was my daughter. Go ahead.
Madeline Soto was my daughter.
She was happiness. She was a joy to be around. She was quirky and intelligent. She was curious. A little forgetful like me too. That happens sometimes, but I just loved her so much. And I was not able to be in her life as much as I would like to, due to circumstances and choices I'd made, due to the way finances worked. I was strained in my relationship with my daughter, and that was finally getting better. The last time I saw her was in October of 2023, and she had come to visit for a few days. And when I took her back to the airport, I said, you know, you're turning 13 soon. When you turn 13, you have a choice of which guardian you're interested in staying with. Would you like to stay with me and talk to you? And she said, yes, that she would. And so I was this close to having my little girl, sir. Because of the actions of this depraved man, I will never meet the woman she was becoming. And I can't grasp it. I can't grasp the selfishness of you, the deplorability of your actions. You're depraved. You're weak. You're a coward. You're a sneak thief. You crept into a family and took advantage and exploited them when they were weak. It's torn my family apart. It's led to arguments about who can go where and who can get what and who can help who, but we're all on edge because it doesn't heal with time. This isn't like other deaths that I've experienced. This just gets worse. It just gets worse every time I rethink about it and the true horror of what this man visited upon her. And I can only hope that he lives a long time in prison and has those same horrors revisited upon him by his fellow inmates. Thank you.
So bad.
As far as Jen Soto not being there or even providing a written statement, a victim's impact statement, my understanding is that she was given advice by her attorneys to not provide anything whatsoever, because anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. That's cover your ass shit. And I have a feeling that based on this, there will be another arrest coming. That's why she wasn't there. Jen Soto only cares about Jen Soto. And that's evident, right? Yeah. Madeline says that's my Maiden says that's my understanding too. Yes. So if she's so concerned that anything she says, even in talking about the impact of her daughter's murder at this point in time, then obviously there's something to be concerned about, right?
Yeah.
So
I know people talked about his statement, and I didn't want to.
I didn't watch that either. I didn't even realize. I don't know how I missed it, but I think it actually was in my ear, and I think I genuinely, because I didn't stop the coverage. I watched the whole thing, listened to the whole thing start to finish, but it didn't go into my brain. Isn't that wild? Like it didn't go into my brain. I was like literally taken aback when I saw people on social media saying, and his statements. I was like, wait, what?
They're horrific. They're gross, and I could not bring myself to try and clip them to give air to them.
Nowhere. My brain, it's like, it's not at all. I was going to say, it's like how to me the only true color I acknowledge in the world is pale pink. Like his.
Well, totally you wear black.
Yeah, my brain just said, no, I'm not doing that. It's that's a very particularly confronting case for me. Yeah. Just with what happened for me in terms of what some of you know, the revelations that came to light in late December in our world, in my world in particular, and the connections that particular person had, and their very strong interest that person had in that case. I can't. So shall we move on with some eye bleach?
Yes, let's do that. Eye bleach is my new favorite thing. I don't even know what some of them are before I play them, to be honest.
Yeah,
I just have them.
same.
So Here we go. It's a surprise.
Yay, surprises.
Oh,
Oh,
I
it's
better
a
read it.
seal. Oh,
Oh, this person has been chosen, and now that's where they must stay forever, apparently.
oh. Imagine. This one's a cuddle. I feel that.
It's like a puppy of the sea puppy.
Shelley says I would never move. Neither.
No.
It's like when a cat sits on your lap. We're not moving. We're not moving. No, when I'm pinned in my bed by all my three friends, my furry four-legged family friends, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm comfortable. This is I like it here.
You have been chosen. This is your space
Yeah.
now. So,
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
okay,
Okay, we can do this.
we got this.
Akasha says, good, because it made me want to throw up, and I'm driving right now. That wouldn't be helpful.
And you'd lose
Don't
your
throw up.
phone, and everything would go bad. I'm sorry, Akasha. I apologize.
Akasha, it's like how I'm a fucking professional. Akasha loses her phone. It's same. It's like Miss Shorty, you're muted. Akasha, where's your phone?
Yep.
Alrighty. Now, so back to the news.
Sorry.
Is this in do we have we should probably be dropping some what the fuck emojis in the chat. A woman used 20 aliases to treat patients and steal drugs. I repeat, to treat patients and steal drugs. Wow, the audacity.
Yeah.
Pebby says, what the fuck? Yes, Pebby. All right, so yes, here we go.
Here we go. I suppose I could have put this in another segment, but yeah, this is where it ended up.
She went by dozens of names, but police say Shannon Womack is the real name behind the multi-state nursing fraud scheme. Womack is accused of using 20 aliases and 7 social security numbers to get jobs at nursing homes and rehab facilities, despite her lack of qualifications. Investigators say she stole the identities of real nurses, even setting up a fake staffing agency to hire herself.
So she was picking up the phone and transferring those employment jobs and careers to herself.
In Pennsylvania alone, she was fired from 9 facilities, often after being accused of stealing medication like oxycodone.
She was perpetrating not only a fraud, but not providing the care that was needed.
During a traffic stop, police say she provided 3 fake names. Only after fingerprinting did they uncover her true identity. They say her vehicle was packed with patient logs, drug paraphernalia, and equipment from multiple facilities. At the time, she was wanted in 4 states on charges related to fraud and impersonating a nurse. Officials say she may have started the scheme during the pandemic to take advantage of hospitals in desperate need of nurses.
During that COVID time, they got hit hard and they needed help. So it wasn't uncommon for these different residence locations, agencies to reach out to host agencies and say, we need some extra shifts filled.
The nursing shortage hasn't let up. Nearly 140,000 have left the workforce since 2022. And 40% of those working today say they intend to leave the job in the next 5 years. Womack faces 43 criminal counts, and she is due back in court later this month.
I mean, props for creativity, but ma'am, that's not okay. What the actual fuck? Shelley noticed there's a squirrel emoji in the members only. I swapped out something, can't remember what. Very on topic with there being a squirrel emote, and it's called topic if I put it up on screen. So anytime we happen to chase something a little off topic, you can use squirrel or not. But yes. So goodness. The things people will do for drugs. That's all I'll say. Ethics be damned. That's not the law be damned. So speaking of the law, Ms. What the fuck? So we go to Massachusetts. No surprise there, although we don't spend as much time there these days. But charges have been dropped against more than 120 defendants in Corruptachusetts because they cannot get an attorney. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Pretty.
Sounds like there's nothing to see in Massachusetts. It's all good over there. Everything's going fine.
Yeah. It's pretty bizarre. And actually, you know what I just realized? I forgot I could pull this into. Here, take me off screen. Take it off screen for just a sec. Can you pull me out?
Yes.
Let me.
Hi.
I'm going to
Ms.
put
What
this in
the
the
fuck?
reader.
Ms. What the fuck understands that I have an interesting brain. In fact, many of us have an interesting brain around here. And I said, please, can we get a reader view? Google Chrome. And Ms. What the fuck said, I hate Google Chrome, but I will do anything for you, our supreme leader. No, she didn't say that. And so apparently we have reader views for my brain. Pammy says it's fine. Nothing to see here. Massachusetts is going A-okay. We've got it all under cover, under control, under wraps.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, they do say we'd rather 100 guilty people go walk free than one innocent person be convicted, right? Maybe it's a Karen Reed balancing act. Goodness.
There we go. Do I have it on the right page? No, I don't. I probably don't. Let me get it on the right one. I don't know. Hang on. I gotta reshare.
Walk and talk, chat. Walk and talk. With that amount of effort, she could have been an actual nurse by now, says Akasha, except maybe she didn't have the actual. Well, if she was able to like keep the Ponzi, the scheme, not a Ponzi scheme, keep it going for long enough to actually get drugs, she must have been pretty savvy. I don't know. That's that last lady. You just got a sick pup, Cheryl. That's no good.
Gotcha. It's a window.
It's a window.
Sorry. I'm figuring it out.
Right.
This is it.
Streaming is dynamic. Ooh.
Can you read it?
Exciting. I can. Let me see. Can you make it bigger?
I can make it bigger.
That's what she said.
Let's see, I can do this and then.
This is so exciting.
Okay,
We're channeling our inner EDB. I'm pretty sure it's called reader view. There's weighted text. Can we do this so I can read things without looking like a total
this is
lacking of professionalism?
Oh my gosh. Okay. How's that?
Oh my gosh. That's beautiful. I'll just wait for it to come up on this. Here we go. We're here. Okay. Woo, I love it. An ongoing work stoppage by court-appointed attorneys who want to be paid more in Massachusetts resulted in a Boston judge on Tuesday dismissing more than 120 cases, including some for assault on family members and police. Yikes, this is not a good situation. At a mostly empty courtroom, Boston Municipal Court Chief Justice Tracy Lee Lyons invoked the Lavallee protocol in dismissing case after case. Good Lord. It requires cases to be dropped if a defendant hasn't had an attorney for 45 days and released from custody if they haven't had one for 7 days. Tuesday was the first time it was invoked, to drop cases, while suspects in custody have been released in recent weeks. Yeah, yikes. Most were for minor crimes like shoplifting, drug possession, and motor vehicle violations. I mean, fair. But several involved cases of assault on police officers and domestic violence. That's very concerning. One suspect allegedly, trigger warning, punched his pregnant girlfriend in the stomach and slapped her in the face. Another case involved a woman who was allegedly assaulted by the father of her child. Again, trigger warning. Bastards, these fucking coward pieces of shit. That's my editorializing. Who threatened to kill her and tried to strangle her. Well, that's a precursor for her ending dead, for goodness sake. That's the biggest indicator. I think the percentage of chance, I can't remember the stats, but it's something like 500% more likely that she'll end up dead, that woman, because as soon as someone puts their hands on your throat, oof, that's just a minute away. Another case involved a woman who was allegedly assaulted by the father of her child who threatened to kill her and tried to strangle her. A third case involved a suspect who allegedly hit a police officer and threatened to shoot him. The judge, repeatedly invoking the Lavallee Protocol, dismissed almost all of the cases after being convinced public offenders had made a good faith effort to find the defendants an attorney. No defendants were in court to hear their cases being dismissed. This case will be dismissed without prejudice. Wow, Lyons said repeatedly, noting that all fines and fees would be waived. This is so much easier to read. Thank you.
So it keeps going on, and it talks about how the prosecutors are really upset about it. And there's the dispute is all about, pay, and that the defense attorneys, they stopped their work at the end of May because they were only being paid $65 an hour compared to the $150 per hour that's in Maine, $125 per hour in New Hampshire, $112 in Rhode Island, and that they could be making $300 per hour for private work. So, it keeps going on and on, but it's a national issue for public defenders, really. So
mostly any public servant, right? I presume my brain stopped me. I was going to say I'm sure police officers and law enforcement don't get paid too well, but then I remembered Canton. So how can you pay the law enforcers, the big money, and then expect the public defenders to just slog it down at the coalface for nothing? Yikes. Goodness me. So Massachusetts, what the actual fuck? Do better.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a trigger warning for this next story?
Yeah. Let's do a new one.
Yeah, let's. You're such a busy bee behind the scenes. I'm so appreciative of you. Thank you.
Yep.
So we're following up on that assisted living home fire, is what the fuck?
Yeah.
A smoking or oxygen machine. Not us smoking. Smoking or an oxygen machine may have caused the deadly fire at Massachusetts. Oh, Massachusetts. Assisted living home. So shit.
This is also an article. So let me know if you can see that.
I can. Fall River. Weird Fall River accent. A fire that killed 10 people at a Massachusetts assisted living facility was unintentionally caused by either someone smoking or an electrical issue with an oxygen machine, investigators said Tuesday. The state's deadliest blaze in more than 4 decades has highlighted the lack of regulations governing assisted living facilities that often care for low-income or disabled residents. So far, investigators have remained mum. Oh, I love it. On the possibility. Well, I'm surprised it doesn't say mom. Okay, sorry, my brain. Squirrel. On the possibility of criminal charges related to the fire at Gabriel House in Fall River, and declined to answer when asked during a Tuesday press conference. The Massachusetts Fire Marshal, John Devine, said the presence of medical oxygen contributed to the fire's spread on the night of July 13. Now that makes sense. Jeez Louise. The blaze left some residents of the 3-story building hanging out windows, oh God, and screaming for help. Please, and this is a quote, please, there's truly no safe way to smoke, but smoking is especially dangerous when home oxygen is in use, Devine told reporters on Tuesday. Investigators are still collecting evidence on numerous aspects of the case, including whether the facility's sprinkler system worked as it should, said Thomas Quinn, the district attorney for Bristol County. He told reporters that there was no sign that electrical outlets, lights, heaters, or cooking appliances sparked the fire. The blaze began in a studio apartment on the 2nd floor of the facility, where the investigators had found the remains of smoking materials, a battery-powered scooter, and an oxygen concentrator. Oof, it's hard to know exactly what happens, Devine said, because the person who lived in the room was among the victims of the fire. Members of the local firefighters union have said understaffing made it harder to respond to the blaze and made the fire deadlier. Earlier Tuesday, Democratic Governor Maura Healey, said the state was releasing $1.2 million to hire more emergency response personnel for the blue-collar city, about 50 miles, 80 kilometers south of Boston. She said additional funds will be fast-tracked for the state's municipal public safety staffing program. We are here today to listen, Healey said at a news conference, to make sure that we understand what this community needs now and moving forward in the wake of this tragedy. The district attorney's office identified the 16th victim as Helena Lawler, 70, on Monday. The victims of the fire ranged in age from 61 to 86. Just tragic. A state agency is doing a month-long investigation into the 273 assisted living facilities in Massachusetts to make sure they're ready to protect residents during emergencies, the governor said. Meanwhile, legal wrangling over who bears responsibility for the Gabriel House fire has already begun. The resident of Gabriel House filed a lawsuit Monday alleging the facility was not properly managed, staffed, or maintained, and that the emergency response procedures were not put in place. Ooh, trigger warning. Trapped in his room during the fire, Stephen Oldred was in an already compromised physical condition when he suffered smoke inhalation and lost consciousness, according to the complaint. As a result, Oldred said he has increased mobility restrictions and has racked up medical bills. George K. Regan Jr., a spokesperson for the facility owned by Denise Edscorn, did not immediately respond to an email seeking comment. On the lawsuit. A phone message was also that's all right. A phone message was also left with Oldred's attorney. Public injury law firm Morgan and AMP. Morgan also said, what is that?
I think it's an error. I think it's just Morgan and Morgan.
Okay, Morgan and Morgan said last week it was hired to investigate the fire by the family of a resident who died. Spokesperson Emily Walsh said, including possible issues with staffing, training, and safety equipment. Edscorn says he is cooperating with investigations. Gabriel House issued a statement Monday emphasizing the importance of finding out exactly what caused the catastrophe and if there were factors that made it worse. Quote, maintaining compliance with all safety and building codes has always been our priority. And there were quarterly inspections of the fire suppression system, the latest as recently as 5 days prior to the fire, the facility's spokesperson said. Shit.
I left a starred comment up there on the screen.
Yes, you don't fuck with O2 oxygen. One of the biggest fire hazards that people don't realize. Yes, as soon as I was reading that, I was thinking, well, of course. Of course. Oh, it is so sad. It's shocking and sad. Thank you, Simi. You actually reminded me. Shameless plug for last weekend. We headed over to Kick and watched. It was going to only be one episode, but we ended up watching the whole thing on my Miss Shorty Delight Kick channel. It's still there. It'll be there for a few more weeks, and then Kick just boots it, and that's fine. We don't need to keep a whole library of those things. So if you'd like to watch Murder in Boston, it was such a powerful documentary. Those of you who were there, I know Joe Schmo was there, Shelley was there, you were there, Ms. What the Fuck. It's on pay-per-view streaming services, but you don't need to pay on Miss Shorty Delight. So if you want to go and watch that over there, it's all 3 episodes in one stream. So that it just reminded me because Boston, y'all.
So we got a little eye bleach before we move into our next one.
Beautiful.
I have
We
to
need it.
reshare my screen though, because so that whole reading thing, it's in Chrome. I am managing the move from Edge to Chrome. Sorry. So half of everything is in Edge, half the stuff is in Chrome. So I gotta switch. I have to reshare it when I switch back and forth.
Two points on that, Miss What the Fuck. Firstly, change is good. Embrace it. Secondly, you're basically EDB because she has to switch browsers to do different things all the time. So it's that. Oh, yes.
I am just that autistic that it's like my brain is like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to, but I will do it for you. Okay.
So folks, this is just for you, chat. What do you see? How long does it take you to see it? And this fucked with my brain so much for about, it felt like an eternity. It was probably only
it does feel
5
like
seconds.
Yeah.
And then now I can't switch it back. I can't see it the other way.
Same. I can't switch it back. I'm like, how did I not see it that way? Like originally. We'll give it a few minutes, or at least until somebody starts saying that they see it.
Pammy said that typo we thought was ampersand.
Oh yeah. I think you're right.
Is that a thing? Yeah, okay. Now let's see. Are people getting it? No.
Oh, Akasha. Cheryl doesn't see it. You'll see it. You just got to keep
Cheryl. Pierce sees it. What do you see, Cheryl?
Yeah, Cheryl, what do you see instead?
Joe says I had to max screen to see it. That's what she said, Joe.
It is true. If you zoom in, that you do see it better, I think. But just having the full thing there, like this. Oh, I like that you. I like the way you did that, Pammy.
Pammy, yes.
Yep,
when I first saw it, yeah, you got it. When I was looking at it first, all I could see was the fluffy purple. I'm like, what am I looking at here? Pia says she's loading the dishwasher. I'm wishing that there was 4 extra spoons there, not forks, because fork you, I need spoons, girl, not fork. Amber says I don't see shit. Nicole, hi Nicole. Oh look, Jeannie, yeah, Jeannie, that's what I thought. Is that what you're gonna? I was like, what?
I just
what
feel
is
like
this?
metal, like or like flowing something. Like this looks kind of wet. I don't know.
Rachel says her hubby saw it straight away. Steph says if they are like fuzzy purple carrots, now what's going on? The fuck are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheryl sees it now.
Isn't that weird?
Once I heard, yeah, crazy. Cheryl says once I heard forks, I saw it. Sorry, fork you. I forked it for everybody.
If you do that, you see it better. I feel like if you just zoom in. So bizarre. Okay.
In my defense, I don't often wear my glasses. I'm always tired. And I think it was and probably I'd been drinking wine. And then I'm looking at it going, what am I looking at here? I have a feeling I might have been even on the toilet. Sorry, too much information, but I was just like not doing a poo. I'm just saying. I was just going, what is this? And I was like, ding! Like literally, boom. Yes. Shelley, you've got it. Cheryl says my daughter saw forks first. That's hard to say, forks first. So there you go. You know, we are bringing you the hard-hitting stories here at what the week that was. You're welcome, chat. We're a variety show of epic proportions. Hank Brennan should take note. There's so much more he could have done, but then so little. All right. So we have former Louisville police officer Brett Hankinson was sentenced on Monday to 33 months in prison for violating Breonna Taylor's rights during the raid in which she was shot and killed. Jeez. Do I know this story?
Oh, you might. It was 3 years ago. It was a pretty big deal. So Breonna Taylor was an EMT, I believe, and so she was in her home sleeping with her boyfriend. I think it was her boyfriend's house. And she was sleeping. They were both sleeping, and there was a no-knock raid, a no-knock warrant was issued, and the police broke in, and her boyfriend did not know what was happening because it was no knock. It was just suddenly people were breaking in with guns, and so her boyfriend, with a gun himself, responded scared and shot at the intruders in his mind, and she was shot by the police because it was crossfire, and she was killed.
Yikes. Okay. No, I haven't heard of that case. That's God bloody awful.
Yeah, very sad. So, we have a couple of news stories. So we have 2 videos on this one, a couple of news stories.
A federal judge has sentenced former LMPD Detective Brett Hankerson to 2 months and 9 years in prison for violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights. That sentence came down just about 40.
The wrong house? My God. That's no good. Ms. What the fuck?
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. I was just trying to say that. I wanted to clarify that yes, she's correct. That Simi's correct. It was the wrong house they went to. I thought everybody knew about this. When I brought this up, I didn't do any I didn't think of any background or anything because I was like, oh, everybody knows about Breonna Taylor.
No. So many things. I love that you were muted. Thank you so much. It makes me feel much better.
Well, I love that you didn't say anything. Jeez, come on now.
45 minutes ago, bringing an end to a case 5 years in the making. We have team coverage from downtown Louisville. Logan Perrone has been getting reaction from protesters, but we begin with Mark Stevens and what happened during that 4-hour hearing.
Yes, Don, 4.5 hours for the presiding judge to ultimately give Brett Hankerson a sentence of 33 months in federal prison. Now, we don't know when he'll go to prison yet. The judge did not order him to surrender immediately. And in fact, Hankerson's defense team has already said that they plan to appeal this case. So it is unknown at what point he will have to surrender himself to the Federal Bureau of Prisons. But 33 months for violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights. Now, this was not a guarantee. The big question coming into today was not only did you have the defense team arguing for a no prison term sentence, but in what has seemed to be basically what the judge called a 180-degree turn, the prosecution also was arguing that Brett Hankerson should not serve a long prison sentence. They were arguing for, in fact, no prison time at all, giving him time served for the 1 day of jail time that he served when he was initially arrested and booked for this crime, and then just simply served probation after that. The judge ultimately disagreed, finding that that would not be an appropriate sentence and sentenced him to 33 months. I want to point out during those 4.5 hours when the arguments were being made that Hankerson's actions, did not kill Breonna Taylor, which they did not, that his bullets did not strike anybody else, the judge pointed out that what the government began to argue in this case was exactly the opposite of what they argued to the jury when the jury ultimately convicted him, that the jury found that he did indeed violate Breonna Taylor's civil rights, that he used a deadly weapon, that he was acting as a law enforcement officer. It was so stunning, in fact, that during the actual point in time in the hearing where Taylor's family got to advocate to the judge, her mother, Tamika Palmer, said it appeared that there were 2 defense attorneys in the courtroom.
I think the judge did the best she could with what she had to work with. There was no prosecution in there for us. There was no prosecution in there for Breonna. So I definitely, I'm grateful for the judge for giving some time, because we could have walked away with nothing according to what they recommended.
And even though it's not what we wanted, we thought that he should have gotten more time. Yeah. We are grateful to Kristen Clark Merrick Garland and the Department of Justice, who had the courage for the first time in the history to bring federal charges against a police officer for killing a black woman in America.
Now, Hankison's family was also largely present in the courtroom. Several of his family members, as well as his friends, testified that he should only be serving probation. They asked the judge for mercy and grace and leniency. And I do want to point out, Hankison did make a brief statement in court. He apologized to Taylor's family, and he also said, with the hindsight of 5 years and what he's gone through, knowing what he knows now, he never would have fired his gun. Dawn?
All right, Mark, just quickly, there was a lot of people that were outside very angry from what I can understand, and I want you to address this if you can so people will understand. A lot of protesters who were a little angry that I believe the aunt and the boyfriend did not get in the courtroom. Do you know the reason for that or what happened? Can you address that?
Don, I'm unsure of which aunt. There were two aunts who did speak. I know that Kenneth Walker may not have been initially allowed into the courtroom. I can say this, it filled up incredibly quickly. I got here at about noon. When we were going into the courtroom, I couldn't get into the courtroom myself. I had to go to an overflow courtroom. I did not see Kenny Walker in that courtroom. I did see him when he did appear to give his victim impact statement later on in that hearing. So at some point he was allowed in, but I can understand the frustration for people and protesters seeing that it may have appeared to them that the government had totally flipped on them and wasn't even allowing them to testify. There was one moment where Tamika Palmer gave the judge a manila envelope of more than, I don't know how many victim impact statements, but clearly more than a handful because the judge flipped through them. And the judge made note that she was upset that the Department of Justice hadn't provided that to her ahead of this hearing.
All right,
Oh.
Mark Stevens again
Wow.
down at the courthouse.
Wow.
The Snyder Federal Courthouse. We appreciate all your reports.
Interesting. Withholding of victims' impact statements before the judgment, huh?
Yes. So this was really intense, and they had great difficulty with the family trying to get in. This channel, by the way, is a local channel. I tried to get the local station rather than the big station because I figured I just like the local news. What state was that? So this is in Louisville,
Kentucky.
And let me pull up the next one. But so the local reporters were able to speak to some of the family and protesters outside, which are also some of the family members, to kind of get a similar to what happened in Massachusetts, but get kind of the boots on the ground, which I thought was good to see it from another state and another perspective of things happening around the country. And Rachel, yeah, it would have been nice to have, you would have thought that they would have had the family in there first. Would have made sense, huh? Okay, here we go. This is just a short one.
Talked to earlier today tell us they were upset. As we said, members of Breonna Taylor's family weren't allowed inside the courtroom. Mark Stevens trying to tell us what happened there. Wave News reporter Logan Perrone joins us live outside the federal courthouse with an update.
Also, I just gotta say that I think she's saying team reporter, but I feel like this is a teen. Like, this is a very young man.
He's maybe 12. I don't know, man.
I know. So young, which is cool. I mean, getting these young people up and into these, for these local channels. I love that. I think that's very cool. I actually went to the website for this channel and I looked to try and find out if they were saying teen, and there was like a teen, but it isn't. They're all team members. So I legit thought maybe they were teen, like, reporters. But I think this is a grown ass man. Just
Maybe
looking
she's being
really
ironic.
Maybe, but I just wanted to throw that out there because it bothered me and it took me away from the actual reporting for a minute when I first saw it. So just
Well,
threw it
Pierce, that's what she thought. That Pierce thought she said that too. So
out.
there you
Okay.
go.
All right. Not just me. Okay, here we go.
On the atmosphere now, and maybe even more information on that part of everything. Logan?
Yeah, Dawn, actually, we did hear about
Oh.
that from some of the other protesters out here. They said his aunt,
His voice too, right?
Mm.
Yeah, I know.
Bianca, was not able to get in just because, again, like Mark said, there's no room in there. Even in the overflow rooms, Mark had trouble, had to go to an overflow room. When she got here, when her and Kenneth Walker got here, there was no room for them to be here. Now, as for the atmosphere now, it has died down. Most of the protesters have up and left, but we did hear a mixed bag of emotions. We heard people that were excited for the sentence, people that were frustrated with the sentence. Again, we had a mix of people. Again, you had folks that said, "Hey, it's better than the initial." The least that he could have gotten, which was that 1 day. But there were others that were hoping for more. And we even talked with one woman who said she believes the circumstances could have been different in this case. He got 33 months. You don't think that's justice?
No, I don't think that's justice. I think that
No.
he was involved in the murder of a person. I think if he was a black male individual, he would have been probably sent away for life.
Facts.
Now, we also were able to speak briefly.
Oh,
before
for
we get
goodness sake.
here to Bishop Lyons. He's the head of the Bishop's Table here in Louisville. We'll have more from him tonight on Wave News at 11. Dawn?
Thank you, Logan Perone, our team coverage there.
Teen. Pammy said the quiet part out loud that I was going to say, and I thought, no, I won't. But yes, strongly agree, Pammy. Bless. Although you never know, maybe when he's 47, 69, he'll still have that sweet little voice. So who knows? Perhaps it's
Right.
going to be his. Maybe he'll forever be the babyface teen reporter team.
Yeah. And at the end there, you saw that some of the protesters, including family
Yes.
members, were arrested during.
That's disgusting.
This was a really big case, and that's why I just assumed everybody knew about it. But it also happened a lot, or during the time of the George Floyd incident. So
God, yeah, right.
I think it probably did get overshadowed a lot. But it was really, it was really tragic, honestly. I don't necessarily. I'm not going to, go one way or the other. I think it was a really bad situation on both sides, because one side did something and the other side did not know what the heck. They stood their ground, in their own home. Like, is that right? And it was a very scary situation for everybody, and somebody passed away from it. So I'm not really going to comment either way on the outcome, but it's pretty surprising, and I don't think it was handled very well. But.
No. That's the South can tend to be a little racially charged, right?
Well, I think the U.S. can just be racially charged, honestly.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Okay.
Fair. So we have a little bit of eye bleach before we head into the next, because frankly, the next section is going to be kind of sad.
Okay. Before we go sad, Pierre had a good point. She said the cops should have at least double checked the address. Even Santa does. True.
Absolutely, Pierre. They should have double checked 1,000%.
1 quadrillion%.
Yeah.
So measure twice, cut once. Check twice, shoot once, but don't even. Do we need to shoot? Okay.
Yeah. Do we need to? Do we need to do anything? Anyway. And Rachel, they were supposed to do training. I don't really think I can comment on the current administration has defunded the training, I guess is the best way to say that. So
yeah.
Okay, Let's look at some eye bleach. How about that?
Let's bleach our eyeballs. It
I
sounds
know.
much less painful than some of this stuff we're watching.
Yeah, I know what this one is. This one is I got a hat. Everybody, I got a hat. Look at my hat. I got a little hat. Look at this hat. I muted it just in case, but look at his hat.
Oh, oh, oh.
Look
Oh.
at that.
Oh.
That kitty cat got a hat.
I love it.
I know.
Beautiful baby.
I know. It's just so sweet. I mean, the baby's
Look at
got
his little short legs too. It's a little a British short hair or something. They've got shorter legs.
Yes, I can't remember. There is a name. It's like I don't think it's a British short hair, but it's a something.
No, it's not. You're right. Shelley says she watched this and watched it over and over. Well, same. We're going to continue to watch it over.
I know. We can just say like let it go for a minute. There is what is I wanted one of these cats when I was younger, and then I found out they're like really a pain in the butt to take care of. Can you imagine cleaning that poor thing's litter box? Or cleaning it because you know that its tummy is probably
That's disgusting. We have a no litter box. We have a no litter box policy in our house. There is one, but it's banned. Timmy can go outside. Okay, thanks.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not doing
You have an
that.
outdoors cat, so
Yes, Tim can't hold Tim down. He's an adventure cat. Turbo Tim. Tim does what Tim does. So
my screaming Lily is very much a princess inside cat. Yeah, very much inside cat. So. Okay.
That's why she's screaming, man.
You know what? That could be. She is just screaming because she's a very talkative cat. Very, very much talkative. She's sitting right here, and her ears.
Hi, Lily. Hi, Lily.
She wants to be fed, but she's got to wait 2 hours before she can eat. She's very rotund.
She's ample like Poppy.
Okay.
Alrighty. So we're moving on, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure you all have heard the news. Let me just move my mic to where it needs to be again. Malcom-Jamal Warner passed at 54 this week. He died by accidental drowning while swimming in Costa Rica. Initially, it was reported that his 8-year-old daughter was in the ocean with him. However, Costa Rica's Judicial Investigation Agency has since clarified. Mr. Warner was playing with his daughter at the seashore at one point. He then left her out of the water, and he and a friend of his entered the sea. A representative for the OIJ told people in a statement, which was translated from Spanish. Well, I'm basically talking Spanish on Thursday. So that's so sad. He was, what was his name in The Cosby Show? I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't even remember Kelly Osbourne's name. So my brain's struggling at the moment. So we have a clip?
Yep, we have a clip.
Theo Huxtable. Thank you, Pammy. Pammy, Christy. Look at you all go. Theo, Alex. Who am I? Go home, Shorty. You're on drugs. Oh, lol.
You know what I remember him most from, and what I loved him from was actually Community. I don't know if anybody else watches that or watched it, but Community was my jam, and he was the husband of one of the stars there. But anyways, that's what I remember him most from. But I know that he had a major impact on people. So anyway, so we have a good clip about him. This was right after he passed, right after the news came out.
That actor Malcom-Jamal Warner has died at the age of 54. Authorities in Costa Rica telling NBC News that Warner accidentally drowned while swimming in the ocean on Sunday. Warner is best known for, of course, his Emmy-nominated role as Theo Huxtable, Cliff's son, on The Cosby Show.
Dad, for $30, I can't even get a Gordon Gartrell tie. Well, what are you, a personal friend of this man? No, you think $30.
Ooh, we might get a copyright strike for this.
Okay.
I just thought of it as they were playing it. 10 seconds or less. Yikes. Claire Huxtable was the best. She's sassy as fuck, and I loved her.
So there is a really great part of this. I think it's just right here, where this person talks about the impact that he had, that I thought was really great. I think it's here, that I don't think has any actual audio clips. Let me see.
Us is television host and entertainment journalist Segun Oduoluwu. Coley, I'm going to start with you. What more do we know right now about the circumstances surrounding his death?
That's right. So, Sam, we know that this incident took place on Sunday in Costa Rica. He was on a family vacation. He was swimming off of the coast of a town called Cocles in the province of Limon. He was swimming at Playa Grande. I mean, I've visited Costa Rica a few times. I was there with my family a few years ago, and those currents can be very strong. And it appears that he died by drowning. Costa Rica's Judicial Investigation Police confirming to NBC News that he was declared dead by the Red Cross and that some bystanders actually tried to come to his rescue. But unfortunately, it was too late. NBC News, we have reached out to his family for comment. He leaves behind his wife and a young daughter.
Wow. Tragic, and obviously so many details yet to come about the circumstances surrounding his death. First, I'm just going to pivot for a second to Segun. As some of our younger viewers may not be familiar with his role on The Cosby Show, can you talk about the words Theo Huxtable, right? It's sort of historic and frozen in time as this iconic character. What did that mean for television, and what does it still mean to this day?
Sam, Theo Huxtable was me. Theo Huxtable was my brothers. Theo Huxtable was the first time someone that looked like me saw someone that looked like himself on television. He was the epitome of what we as kids, in a certain community were growing up, but he was also an American story. He was on the #1 sitcom in the 80s. He battled with his sisters. He disappointed his parents, and he was a cool guy all through it. We resonated with him. We related to him. His passing is so horrific because if you're a guy of a certain age, you feel like you just lost, like maybe your best friend, your brother, but someone you grew up with. Like the conversations that Theo Huxtable had on screen with Bill Cosby, his TV dad, are the same conversations that I, a child of immigrants, was having with my parents, right? Taking out the trash. They were high achievers. My dad had a PhD. My mom is a therapist. Bill Cosby on The Cosby Show is a doctor. Claire is a lawyer, and you're struggling on how you're going to achieve this kind of lifestyle they have for you. What they talked about is what we talked about in our home. It was this American story we related to. So his passing is so hard to fathom because I've been talking to friends of mine and my brothers and even my sister. Like, can you believe this guy is gone at the age of 54, so young, when he meant so much to us growing up?
It's just so interesting to hear, even years later, how it is still viewed, his role is still viewed through that lens, his natural charisma, the breaking of these racial tropes, everything that Segun, you just laid out. I do want to turn again to Chloe for a second. Have we heard it all from his co-stars or anyone else connected to Jamal?
It doesn't appear so, and that's because this news is just unfolding in real time. We are all just learning of this tragedy, but Magic Johnson just taking to X moments ago saying that he and his wife are so sad to hear about the passing of our dear friend, Malcom-Jamal Warner. We were both super fans of the hit Cosby Show. That just what you heard from Yagoon, right? I mean, this is a show that is played in countries on rerun a million times over, right? I mean, there are a few people that you know in the world by first name and also by the name of the show. You know, Coca-Cola, you know, The Cosby Show, right? And he is one of those individuals that goes down in pop culture history. But again, I mean, just the nicest things that Magic Johnson just posted saying that he's praying for his family and the close friends during this difficult time. We've reached out to his former Cosby Show co-stars and we haven't heard back. I'm sure it's a lot to process in this moment.
It's also interesting to hear Magic Johnson as someone else who shifted cultural paradigms, transparency, conversations with families in the 80s and 90s.
And one of the first to speak out, right?
Absolutely. Great point on that. Segun, can you tell us more about Warner's career beyond just The Cosby Show in those years? He was actually in the public eye for a very long time.
Yes, he was. I mean, younger audiences might know him from the show about the show on O.J. Simpson, where he played the getaway driver in the white Bronco. But he was an artist. He won a Grammy. He was on Def Poetry Jam. He had this incredible smile, this incredible voice, and he used it. He kept his life off screen rather private, and much to his credit, the little we know about him is what we saw on screen. And everyone that's why I think it's so shocking for everyone, because everyone interacted with him through this lens of the screen, right? Like, we know him because either through an interview or something that he said, but never necessarily like in scandal, like Malcom-Jamal Warner outside, paparazzi. That wasn't him. He was so classy, so just such a put together person that we wanted to emulate. I can't stress enough how much I wanted to emulate Malcom-Jamal Warner, watching him on the Cosby Show, and then afterwards, the friends that he had on the show, the way he interacted and laughed, and then when you saw him, that ready smile, that deep voice, and that just confidence, like it was something to emulate, to be sought after. And so off screen, he's become, just this figure that, as you said, you know him by the show and you know him by his name, and don't need any more.
It was such a unique role. Do you think, did he discuss, Jamal, in any way how he felt typecast over the years trying to move on professionally beyond just those 8 years on the Cosby Show?
There were conversations about us only seeing him as Theo. And so certain roles that he took after the show, you can see they were a little bit more mature. The Cosby Show never dealt with risque topics, or there was a wholesome quality to the Cosby Show, and some of his later roles were more adult. But I want also to stress, he was on the Cosby Show as a young teen himself.
I mean, careful what you talk about being wholesome and the Cosby Show in the same. I know it was wholesome at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, I know it's hard to imagine.
Reconcile. I just want to say, I don't know if you did that intentionally, Ms. What the Fuck, but that was a really nice juxtaposition of the last story about Breonna and the conflict for the outside the courts and family members and protesters being arrested, and those racial tensions I just spoke of, to this story speaking about the positive impact that Malcolm had on, and the show at the time had on culture, popular culture, worldwide. I watched the Cosby Show. I'm the same as all of you guys. It was my favorite show. Like, I loved it. Lisa Bonet is the fucking tits. I love it. So yeah, good placement of those two stories.
Oh, I'm glad. It was a little bit past me, so I admit I didn't watch it. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's okay, because you're very youthful, and we are channeling your I'll say millennial, and then you and colors will come at me, bro.
Who's millennial? Okay. But no, I watched him on other stuff, and so it's weird to see. And I know that he had an important impact. And watching this, it's just shown so much more, right?
Yeah. Like everybody else it was just a sea of white on television screens before the Cosby Show.
Right.
It really was.
Exactly. There's a little bit more to that. Yep. It's like just a couple more seconds. We'll play that, and then
which is rare in television. Usually kids, when you see a TV kid is being played by someone who's in their 20s and 30s, like on 90210. He wasn't an adult. We were watching this guy grow up in real time. And so the roles that he took later from the Cosby Show were that of an adult who's kind of grown into them. So it kind of made sense, the progression of the show and his career.
Such important historical context. Shagun Oduwalu, thank you so much.
And so that's it for that. And I did want to say, apparently nobody has seen Community. For me, in Community, he was Marcus, and he was it just occurred to me now, and I never picked it up at the time, probably because I didn't watch the Cosby Show. He is the epitome of the great dad. He had some flaws. He had problems with his wife at the time, and they had broken up. He had cheated, and they had broken up. He came back, and he realized how much he loved her, and he came back, and he changed, so much for his family. And he had so many amazing, just so many great, amazing things to say. And it just 84 sweaters, like Cosby sweaters that everybody knows about. So I don't know. That's
so you
funny.
get the context. Yeah, that would. Wow, that's really interesting. So you've got an even more fulsome appreciation for that show and that community because like you can see where the origin story of some of that was.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Aw.
And you should all
Yeah,
go watch
wow.
Community. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Pierre is going to, so I'll consider it. I don't do so.
It's very funny. So.
Oh.
Let's do a bumper. Let's do a nice happy bumper. We'll do this one.
Baby Buster. He's still just as much of a sleepy snoozle bed hog and cute. So just giant sized now. So I see in the chat people talking about other celebrities passing. So obviously Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness, and the sound of so many lives, passed at 76 years of age, just weeks after his final show. I was never an Ozzy music fan, but I appreciate that many of you were, including you, Ms. What the Fuck.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we've got some stuff to watch.
Yeah, Ozzy was very important in my life. So this is a really amazing video. I'll find out the person that made it in a second. But they obviously use some AI, but it's a really cool progression from.
Yeah, it's very good. If it's got music, we're muting it, right?
I muted it because I can't remember because I never listen to anything with audio on it generally. So I just mute it. I'm gonna mute myself too.
Huh. So it's a reverse in time age progression. I guess this will be a walk down memory lane for many of you with what point in his life was the moment in time for you all. He's iconic, obviously. I personally like the very last image that they show of him. So I've seen this one. Oh, look at that hair. Bless Sharon. Oh, again, the hair. This, I like this one the best. Of course I do. So Ms. What the Fuck's, it's sad. He seemed, when was the Osbourne show on? 15 years, 10 years?
Oh gosh. At least let's see, it was in the early mid 2000s.
Exactly. And even then it seemed like, wow, his health didn't seem good. So bravo to him. Well, he's not his health, but his physical.
When he was doing the show, he had later discovered that he had been or we had later discovered he was over medicated at the time. So he had some stuff going on then, and then later discovered that he was later diagnosed with Parkinson's just like 6 years ago or something. So so Desiree America 4 is the person that put that video out. I don't know if that's the person that made it, but that's the person that put it out, and it's yeah. And so we have one more. There's also a really good video, but I don't want to play it and accidentally get copyright struck. But I really would suggest people watch this really good rock. It's called God, I'm so bad at this right now. Rock Feed is the channel on YouTube. They did a really good video kind of highlighting his the people coming out and highlighting him. But anyway, so this is really cute. What happened at his last show?
Is this the one I sent you?
Yeah, I pulled it up on YouTube instead of Facebook.
Okay. Yep. Get your crying gum out, folks.
Yeah.
Like even more, this got me.
We gotta be quiet. Hold on.
So just for understanding, this is Kelly Osbourne, his daughter, one of his daughters, and this is her at the time boyfriend, Sid Wilson.
Kelly, you know I love you more than anything in the world. Fuck up, you're not married, boy. Do it. Nothing would make me happier than spend the rest of my life with you. So in front of your family and all of our friends, Kelly, will you marry me? That's incredible.
So beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, so I just love the fact that Ozzy got to see that. He got to see his beloved daughter be proposed to. So yes, Rachel says, I'm so happy he got to see that. Yes, same. I think that was probably by design.
It was. I was gonna say, he designed that when Sid asked him, he said, yes, but it has to be done this way. He was very good at that. Oof. Okay. Maybe we should do another bumper real quick so I can
gather yourself. Yes.
Okay. We'll do this one.
And then glowing light of opalescence, soft pale pink and rounded.
Koala break, obviously. Now, I guess things happen in threes, and as Steph just said, she found out 7 minutes ago that Hulk Hogan passes away at 71. Just yesterday? Pro wrestling icon passed away from cardiac arrest Thursday. I feel like this is a little bit scandalous, this story, though, right? The circumstances.
So I'm gonna share the screen, and it's an article. So I have to do the reshare, perhaps, perchance. There we go.
Pierce says she met him. Hulk Hogan. Yes. He had health issues. Didn't he have surgery? Am I conflating two stories?
You might be.
Anyway. Oh, what? Me? Getting things confused? Never.
Considering the amount of stories we do in one night.
Yeah, right. All right. Okay, so again, thank you so much for the weighted text. It's so much easier for my brain. Okay. Pro wrestling legend Hulk Hogan, whose charisma and shirt-ripping showmanship brought the theatrical sports genre to new heights on mainstream popularity. Died Thursday, yes, yesterday, in Florida, officials said. He was 71. So it's coming to me.
Sorry, I tried to move it faster this time. I forgot.
That's okay. Oh, well, it's coming now. That's what she said. Clearwater police and firefighters rushed to his home to answer a cardiac arrest call at 9:51 a.m., the city said in a statement. First responders took him to Morton Plant Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 11:17 a.m., police Major Nate Burnside told reporters. While police will investigate, there are no signs of foul play or suspicious activity related to this call for service, Burnside said. Oh, yeah, I am definitely conflating. Hogan died surrounded by loved ones, according to a statement posted to his Instagram account that also called Hogan a legend. May we all take solace in the wonderful memories he left behind for the millions of fans worldwide whose lives he touched for more than 4 decades. The statement said, he will be missed but never forgotten. Oh, look, there he is in Melbourne, Australia. How about that? Yikes.
I might not have moved it fast enough. So as it catches up, World Wrestling Entertainment said it is saddened to learn WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan has passed away. One of pop culture's most recognizable figures, Hogan helped WWE achieve global recognition in the 80s. WWE extends its condolences to Hogan's family, friends, and fans.
The league's co-founder echoed this sentiment. The world, he said, the world lost a treasure today, former WWE Chairman Vince McMahon posted on X. Hulk Hogan was the greatest WWE superstar of all time, someone who was loved and admired around the world. He was a trailblazer, the first performer who transitioned from being a wrestling star into a global phenomenon. His grit and unbridled thirst for success were unparalleled and made him the consummate performer. He gave everything he had to the audience, whom he appreciated, respected, and loved. Hogan had become a fixture in Republican politics.
I think we could probably stop there.
I was going to say, that's all I knew. I'm not a wrestling person. I'm not really a politics person, and my Twitter has been kind of crazy with the Hulk Hogan stuff. I was like, oh, okay, so there's some haters, but okay.
Yeah, I think it just keeps going and going and going on a lot of stuff and just digging deep, but I think we can leave it at the surface of.
We can leave it at that because politics, who cares?
We haven't gotten political shit, though.
We haven't. Miss Stephanie, thank you so much for gifting Miss Shorty membership for This Is Random. I like it. Remember those WrestleMania pillow pals? No. What's that? Is that a Hogan pillow that you can cuddle with?
Is that something I need to look up?
I don't know. Probably. Should we? I feel like we probably should. Conversation starter. Squirrels in the chat. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up as a eye bleach instead of what I was gonna do. Wow, that actually sounds way better.
Pierre has a good point here. It's my father-in-law used to say there's people dying that ain't died before, and I get the concept behind his sentiment. Wild, who you think is a fixture, and they are just human. And actually, I think it was Rachel, but don't quote me, who said before that her parents are the same age as Ozzy Osbourne, so it's making her more aware of the mortality of her own parents. I think that's kind of like it's a helpful thing that public figures around it just kind of easing us into the reality of the circle of life, right?
Yeah.
Like we have to think about death to be comfortable with it, and our parents will die. It's or may have already died for some of you out there. So, or dead to you, like they are to me. Okay, so these are.
I do think that's a really good point. I mean, so for me, Ozzy is basically the incarnation of my father. I mean, that's how I knew him the most, was growing up with him with my parents, and he reminds me so incredibly much like my dad. So losing him was like losing my dad again. My dad passed a few years ago. So that was hard. But also it's like I know he's with he's up there doing a concert for my dad now. But I think it's also, for my husband, it was a very big star for him. And so it's just like, you know, it was a different kind of experience and different for everybody.
I think Pierce says there's no easing, that there's a lot of loss. It's part of life. Yes. But if when that confronting news, and it reminds you, like Christy said, like, this is reminding me, my parents are are the same age, and her chosen mom still blasts Black Sabbath. So if we just sort of like la to the reality that time marches ever onwards, and people we're dying from the minute we're conceived. Yeah, sorry, heavy. Is that like my mother?
I'll give you one. We're all dying. We're all dying. Some of us are just we're all dying at different speeds. Some of us are just the same bolt of dying.
Hey, should we play an uplifting but Shorty baby with that? Because it feels like a great little segue. And they're the pillow pals. I don't want to cuddle Hulk Hogan, but thank you.
Yeah. Which one is that? The uplifting.
So uplifting.
So uplifting. I don't even know which one she is, actually.
It's the 11-second one, I think. Or, yeah, 11 seconds.
Okay.
Anyone,
like my mother used to say to me, she's a delightful creature. Lisa, life isn't about what you want to do. Life is about what you have to do. So uplifting.
She really is a delight. You know, she say, Lisa, move. You might be a pain, but you're not made of glass. I'll be like, I love you. Thanks. Actually, that was the only time she'd say my name. It was usually just the girl.
You know what my mom used to say was, you make a terrible window, or you make a better door than a window. Okay.
Yikes. All right. What are we up to next? Let's have a look here. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I was watching this last night. Oh, it was anyway time. True crime. I hate that phrase, but here we go. This is and anyway, just read the thing, Lisa.
Do a trigger warning, or
oh yeah, let's do that while I'm coughing.
Okay, we'll do a trigger warning. I will pick this one.
Government officials.
So, young Eliotte Heinz has been found in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Will be in Wisconsin tomorrow night for the Maxwell Anderson trial, day 4. But I digress. Eliotte Heinz, 22, vanished after a night in La Crosse, Wisconsin, just steps from the Mississippi River. Her family clung to hope during a frantic 3-day search, but a tragic discovery confirmed their worst fears. Lisa, terrible reading. Shall we play the clip? And I've got some thoughts on this.
Yeah. So first, I'm just gonna show this. So this is the original. Oh, let me take.
Oh, now we can't hear you though. I'll move you. Come back. I'll move you.
Okay, sorry.
No, don't apologize.
I just wanted to show. Yeah, I just wanted to show this little, or I can just. Okay, there we go. This when it was announced, somebody announced it, they had found her, but it also shows her original missing poster when she went missing. So I'm going to show that, and then I was going to show a couple of clips from Sidebar with Jesse Weber, but it's not actually.
Yeah, well, this is what. Did I send you this, or did you? No, because I watched this. I watched this like yesterday or the day before. What even is time?
So you know what? I gotta admit, Lisa, sometimes I don't know if you've sent me something or if I found it.
Because we send each other the same things. We're like, we're gonna watch this. We're like, yeah, I've already got it on my list.
Yep, exactly. Same brain. So I can't remember if you sent it to me or if I found it anymore. But this is I don't want to do the whole thing, just a few clips of it, but kind of goes over the road so far on it. So
it's summertime. A lot of people are out trying to enjoy the beautiful weather. And what began as an ordinary summer night out in downtown La Crosse, Wisconsin, turned into a nightmare for 22-year-old grad student Eliotte Heinz. Now, after leaving a bar in the early morning hours of July 20th, she never returned home. Elliott's disappearance sparked a desperate 3-day search, one that ended in a heartbreaking tragedy. Now, let's walk through what we know so far. On July 20th, around 2:30 a.m., La Crosse police say Eliotte Heinz left Bronco's Bar, a popular downtown hangout, after a night out with friends. Now, she was believed to be heading back to her apartment. Surveillance footage later captured her approximately at 3:22 a.m., walking southbound along the 500 block of Front Street South, just blocks away from the Mississippi River. And after a night out, what do most of your loved ones say? Text me when you get home. Call me when you get home. So when her loved one's repeated calls to her phone went unanswered later that morning, Elliott's family grew concerned. Now, her mother, Amber Heinz, spoke with Fox News Digital, and she said, quote, "Sunday morning, we tried to reach her, and we were unable to get a hold of her. We talk all the time. We talked to her that week. We were texting back and forth, but on Sunday morning, we couldn't get a hold of her. We knew that something was going on." From that point on, the family's focus was singular, bringing Eliotte home. As Amber Heinz went on to tell Fox Digital, "We were just really letting the police department focus on their job here right now and just trying to get her picture out there. That's what we were here for. We're here for Eliotte and keeping our focus on her and getting her home." Despite the fear and uncertainty, Amber held on to hope, telling the outlet, "We're all just trying to stay positive and get her home. That's our focus. We are praying for the best possible outcome, which is Eliotte to come back to us and continue on her journey as she grows and becomes the amazing person that she is." Now, speaking to the La Crosse Tribune, Eliotte Heinz's family made a heartfelt plea to the public, urging anyone with information to come forward.
If you have Ring cameras and you think that you might have captured an image of Eliotte, please call them, let them take a look at your footage. Even if you don't think it's a big deal, it might be something that's a really big deal for her. We'll take any prayers, any other volunteers that want to come back tomorrow and help us pass out flyers. We'd be grateful. Thank you.
The La Crosse Police Department issued an urgent message for the community too. This is what they had to say. The La Crosse Police Department is asking for the community's assistance in locating a missing person. Eliotte Heinz was last seen walking southbound on the 500 block of Front Street South at approximately 3:22 a.m. on July 20th, 2025. Her family, friends, and police have made several attempts to locate her with no success. Eliotte is 22 years of age, 5'4", 120 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Eliotte was last seen wearing a white t-shirt and jean shorts. A tip line was also set up. Meanwhile, Viterbo University, where Eliotte was pursuing a master's in mental health counseling, became the hub of the search efforts. The university mobilized volunteers and hosted a community search on July 22nd. Supplies were handed out, flyers were distributed, and donations were accepted at the School of Nursing. One of their posts on the effort reads, quote, "Every share, every prayer, and every helping hand matters. We will continue to post updates as they become available." I want to thank Upside for sponsoring.
Okay, we're just going to skip this ad to right about.
Sorry, I'm back. I was just going to the bathroom and then I checked what I was looking like in my little mirror, and then I dropped the mirror. So I'll just go and expect the next 7 years or 8 years to be a disaster.
No,
I'm joking. It's fine.
Okay. So there's just a few more minutes of this.
Its cell phone, but it offered no breakthrough in locating the missing grad student. Also on July 22nd, the La Crosse Police Department issued a follow-up plea, this time urging local residents and downtown businesses to review their surveillance footage. In that message, the police department said, quote, "The La Crosse Police continues to actively search and investigate the whereabouts of Eliotte Heinz. Thank you for the community support and assistance. We continue to ask all across downtown businesses and residents to please check your properties along with reviewing camera/video footage between the hours of 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Sunday, July 20th, 2025 for anyone matching the description of Eliotte." And at the same time, Elliott's family released a heartfelt message through Viterbo's University social media channels, saying, quote, "On behalf of our entire family, thank you. The outpouring of support in the search for Eliotte has been overwhelming, and we are deeply grateful for the kindness, prayers, and encouragement from the community and beyond. Many of you have asked, how can you help? At this time, the most important thing you can do is continue sharing Elliott's information on social media. For those in the La Crosse area, we ask that you review any home security camera footage from early Sunday morning between 2 to 6 a.m. Even the smallest details could make a difference. If you see anything that may help, please contact the La Crosse Police Department." But then on July 23rd, the search for Eliotte came to a heartbreaking end. At approximately 10:28 a.m. on Wednesday, July 23rd, the Houston County Sheriff's Office notified La Crosse police that a body had been discovered in the Mississippi River near Brownsville, Minnesota, just across the state line. It was later confirmed to be Eliotte's. The La Crosse Police Chief Sean Cadrone issued the following statement saying, quote, "This was not the outcome we had hoped for throughout this search. Our thoughts are with Eliotte's family, friends, and those who knew Eliotte. We are so grateful for the outpouring of support from so many within the La Crosse community, the state of Wisconsin, and nationally to locate Eliotte." Now, police say the investigation remains ongoing and are awaiting autopsy results to determine the official cause of death. Eliotte School also released a statement expressing grief, writing, quote, "Viterbo University joins the Heinz family, the La Crosse community, and all those who knew and loved Eliotte in mourning her tragic passing. We are heartbroken by this loss and extend our deepest sympathies to her family and friends. We are especially grateful to the La Crosse Police Department for their tireless efforts and to the many community members who showed up with compassion by searching, sharing information, offering prayers, and providing food, water, and comfort during the most difficult of days. Your outpouring of love reflects the very best for Viterbo, our La Crosse community, and beyond. There are no words that can ease the pain of losing someone so young with so much life ahead of her. Our heart goes out to Eliotte's family. We hold them in our prayers and stand with them in their grief." Now, the Mississippi waterfront where Eliotte Heinz disappeared has long been a focus of safety concerns in La Crosse. Fox News reported that since 2006, the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse has operated River Watch, a student volunteer program aimed at preventing alcohol-related drownings along the dangerous riverbanks. The program, currently coordinated by the Sigma Tau Gamma fraternity with volunteers from UW-La Crosse, Viterbo University, and Western Technical College, typically patrols Thursday through Saturday nights during the academic year. Equipped with reflective vests and flashlights, teams of at least 2 volunteers monitor the river walk from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m., steering intoxicated pedestrians away from the water's edge. While the program partners with local police and businesses, university officials confirmed River Watch was not active on the summer weekend when Eliotte Heinz vanished. The fall patrol schedule wasn't set to begin until late August when students returned to campus. Now, the disappearance and death of Eliotte Heinz has drawn attention to the dangers young adults face near waterways, a concern tragically familiar to the family of Riley Strain, a University of Missouri student who drowned in Nashville's Cumberland River last year under different circumstances. While investigations into Eliotte's death remain ongoing, Riley Strain's case, which involved alleged fraternity negligence, has sparked nationwide discussion about student safety. Riley Strain's family recently filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Delta Chi fraternity, claiming brothers failed to protect him after he became intoxicated during a spring formal. The suit alleges the fraternity encouraged dangerous drinking habits and abandoned Riley Strain when he needed help. But unlike Riley Strain's alcohol-related drowning, Eliotte Heinz's case has no evidence as of now suggesting intoxication played a role. So here to break this down even further is missing persons private investigator Steve Fisher. So Steve.
Okay.
Excuse me. So that was what my thought was going to be. That I don't know. I still don't even know about Riley Strain's case, whether there was anything nefarious there or whether it was a tragic accident. I have a feeling that this beautiful girl, Eliotte, young woman, might have fallen in, but like Simi said before, they don't know yet. It's all just emerging because this was just yesterday, right? That her body was found.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So I think it's important to note the culture of excessive drinking in fraternities and sororities and amongst young people. I mean, it was me. Now I just drink moderately to excess. But buddy systems, like walk home with someone. If your friend says they're going to walk home with them. Order them at, no, I don't know. Go buddy system.
Yeah. So we have about an hour until you gotta head over to Publicly Buzzed. So
Yes.
we have a lot more to go. So we'll try and get through as much as we can. And then I might have to just leave some stuff on the table.
Well, our eyes are always too big for our stomach with the week that was because so much happens and we are not terribly discerning because we want to present it all to you. I say it once, I'll say it a quadrillion times. God damn the peasant work shit that I have to work to pay my bills. But here we are. And thank you so much for you, Ms. What the Fuck, for going in through and trying to, and I'm sure you have very well, curate to a hard stop at 5-2 or 10-2 to 9 Eastern. So
so what we'll do is we're gonna play just a little bit of, because the next thing is going to be kind of a bummer. We're going to play a few. We're gonna play an eye bleach, but then we're gonna play a few less eye bleaches. So just a heads up to keep us running through a little bit faster. So this is. Oh, I know what this one is.
Amber, we do too, Amber. It was an idea that I had a few weeks ago after the Karen Reid trial finished, and Ms. What the Fuck and I were kind of brainstorming. We've all been brainstorming. I'm not going to lie, all of us in the mod chat, and brainstorming, and we were putting together. And it happened to be all Karen Reid that first week. Our very first week that was all Karen Reid stuff, and I was like, wait, there's so much going on. What about if we do a weekly, like Friday night roundup of the week that was? And it started off as mostly, excuse me, I'm dying. Vapes are good for you. It started off as, it's expanded, and hence the time frames have expanded too. But it's, I don't know, like not everybody has Twitter. Not everybody wants Twitter. Not everybody has TikTok. Not everybody has the time or the inclination or the algorithm to show them all the things that we're kind of finding together. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. We are. All right, so let's go. Oh, now that I can cough quietly.
Okay. Let's do this. And muted it because, you know.
This was me. I said this to you. This is me.
It's very cute.
Doggies. It's the dogs. I love the dogs.
Look, that one's hilarious.
This one's like insane. I'm sorry. Like, what the heck? One of these is exactly how my Lily wakes me up in the morning. In fact, she did this morning. I'll show you exactly what she does.
No, Jeannie, dreamy. Good night. Thank you. Oh.
That's
oh my God, I didn't think I sent one to you. Did I send you the one
Lily does that to me every morning if I don't wake up at my alarm, Lily comes and she just like smacks me around on the face. She did it to me this morning. Sorry, go ahead.
And in the opposite, I'm not going to, in case I did send it to you, I'm not going to say it because I'll spoil it. But in stark contrast to Buster and Poppy, when my alarm goes off, Buster literally puts his big, heavy forearm, do they have forearms? Front leg, on my body, like across here to say, nah, don't. Let's not get up. And like, it'd be like, he's so strong. He's such a big boy. They're like, not the alarm. No. Thank you, Jeannie. Yes, replay crew, drop a comment. Love you too. Thank you for being here. Time zones are a bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, Gussie, speak of the devil. A big boy.
Yeah. Let's keep on trucking with our last time.
Poppy, Buster, hi.
Do you want me to cue this one up?
Yes, please. Oh no, okay. Sorry, I was just too busy with the dogs. They heard me say their names and like, you're talking about us. So okay. So this one's a heavy one. Beautiful Melina Frattolin. I'm probably saying that wrong. She's on our thumbnail. Steph was Miss Stephanie. What the fuck? No, Miss Stephanie. Blah blah blah. What am I saying? Was sending me this as it was happening. News. Breaking news stuff. A 9-year-old girl from Canada was found dead in an upstate New York pond after her father reported her missing. She was actually drowned, according to preliminary autopsy results released Tuesday. Yeah, wow. Okay. Also, I love her hat. Not Melina, but the officer.
Yeah. So
new video related to a shocking crime. This dad is accused of killing his daughter. Here he is in shackles, reportedly headed to his first court appearance in New York. Video per WNYT TV. He seemed like a loving father. He called his daughter the light of his life. But now he's in jail. He is charged with her murder. This is a story that is so hard to believe. Police say this dad lied about his daughter being abducted. It triggered an Amber Alert in New York over the weekend.
Initial reports from Mr. Frattolin of a suspicious white van in the area of the alleged disappearance was proven to be untrue.
We have the latest on a story that took a heartbreaking turn in what may have led this father to allegedly kill his 9-year-old daughter on vacation. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. Today, a father who took his daughter to New York for a 10-day vacation, and then police say on the last day of their vacation, he killed her. We learned a lot of shocking information today in this story. And before I get to the update, let me introduce you to the girl who is at the center of this story, the young girl who lost her life, 9-year-old Melina Frattolin. She lived in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and she came to the U.S. with her dad on July 11th, according to police. Here's his picture. His name is Luciano Frattolin. Police say the two of them came into the U.S. for a dad and daughter trip. They went to New York City, they visited Connecticut, they went to some spots in upstate New York, according to police. Luciano is reportedly the founder of an organic coffee company. Here's his bio on the company's website, and in that biography, it reads that his daughter Melina is the light of his life, and quote, she is the inspiration for, well, everything. Luciano grew up in Ethiopia. The bio goes on to say, quote, his pursuits for building a more equitable and just world are deeply guided by his determination that she, his daughter, will not have to endure the same social injustices that he encountered throughout his childhood. His Instagram shows him taking Melina sledding in the snow. His social media makes this story so much more difficult to bear because of how much time it seemed that he spent with his daughter. And at least there was the appearance that he loved his daughter. This is a montage of all the places they went together. This just hits you in the heart, if you're a parent or not, when you watch all of this. Here is Melina on Valentine's Day with a horse in a picture posted by her dad. And here he is giving her a big hug and a kiss on the head in what appears to be her birthday. After seeing all of that, it's
He
really
looks like he's got her in a fucking vice.
But this is what police are telling us happened. New York State Police say on Saturday, Luciano Frattolin called 911 around 10 p.m. from alongside a highway heading north near Lake George, New York. Here is what police say he said per WRGB TV.
So the suspect's initial account is that he had pulled over in the area of exit 22 in Lake George, pulled over to a parking lot to urinate. His initial report is he steps away to a wooded area, returns to the vehicle, and at that point, his child is gone from the vehicle. He reports a suspicious white van fleeing the scene southbound. During a subsequent interview, he then reports two unknown males forced her into a white van. That lead was thoroughly investigated and disproven.
Police say Luciano and Melina were heading back to Canada after they spent 10 days in the U.S. on vacation, and they crossed into the U.S. legally on July 11th. Police put out an Amber Alert on Saturday night, but police say over time, they found inconsistencies in what Luciano was reportedly telling them. They say around 6:30 p.m. on Saturday night, Melina called her mom to tell her that she and her dad were heading home after their trip. Police say it didn't seem that she was in duress or in danger, at least on the phone. The next day before noon, police say they searched a wooded area near Ticonderoga, New York that they believe Luciano had visited, and that is where they made a terrible discovery.
On Sunday, July 20th, a search detail comprised of officers from multiple agencies conducted an organized search in the town of Ticonderoga, New York. In an area, Mr. Frattolin was suspected of having visited. During that search detail, at approximately 10:50, members of the New York State Police Forest Rangers located Melina deceased in the shallow portion of a pond.
Police say on Sunday, Luciano was to return Melina to her mom. That's his estranged wife, who has full custody of the 9-year-old girl. Police believe that Luciano killed his daughter after she called her mom on the phone to tell her that they were heading home before he made that 911 call a few hours later and, according to police, lied about what actually happened. Again, there was no abduction. Police say they don't have an official motive for the alleged crime. Melina's cause of death has yet to be determined, but an autopsy is pending, and it was scheduled to be done today. This is new video just in of Luciano leaving jail in Ticonderoga, New York, headed to his first court appearance.
Mr. Frattolin, do you have anything to say? Do you have anything to say about these charges?
Before we get back to this episode of On the Case, I want to stop and talk about our partners at Morgan & Morgan. There is a reason they are America's largest injury.
Oh, dirty paws. I love it.
Dirty paws. And we'll stop there with this one.
Yeah. Like Pammy said, a wide van, for fuck's sake, mate. Like, cliche. Do you not, hello, sir, do you not understand that? Like, just no. Just no. It's actually kind of like, it's horrifyingly common for like narcissistic fucks to do this kind of thing just to get back at their ex.
Ugh.
Disgusting. Yep. Yeah. And payback, Rach, payback. Goodness me. Anyway, so we will follow that. As always, with all the stories, we're going to try to keep following things as development happens. So as developments happen in cases, if you see something that you all chat, if you all, and hi, replay crew, if you see something you'd like for us to report on, shoot me an email, or if you're in the Discord, drop it in the Discord, and we will do our best to not have 10-hour the week that was. All right. So are we going to skip
We're going
over
back
the last one?
Nope, we're going to Massachusetts.
Oh, we are going to Massachusetts. You know what? I know we're not EDB. We're EDB wannabes. But I feel like we need some sort of flight thing because we head to Massachusetts bloody often. What about we just chat? Just let me talk to my producer here for a second. I feel like we could make a Hey Massachusetts What the Actual Fuck bumper using a song that I know.
Hang on. Do keep talking, do your thingy, and then I'm making a note.
Okay. But also that reminds me. Hi, Tony. That's not reminds me, but hi, Tony. Hi, Tony. Chat.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them. You put expectations.
About the thing?
Yeah.
Not that thing. What thing? What are you talking about?
I don't know. What's your thing?
Okay, fine. Sorry, guys.
No, you don't.
She reined me in.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, guess what? We've got Spotify now.
You're right. You're right. No, do it.
You say it's pretty exciting.
It is so exciting. Do it. Let me pull the thingy. Let me pull the thingy.
That's what she said. Yes. Albums are soon to be released. I'm a recording artist.
Yes.
Just saying.
Let me
Hell yes, Spotify, says Tony. We've released a single. I don't know if it's up yet because I'm very bad at things. It's not.
But you have
Miss What the Fuck said shush.
But sorry, I don't have I didn't have it ready. I'm so sorry. We literally, I sent Lisa the run of show.
I didn't look at it.
At 1 minute till, and I was like, right at the wire. And
and I'm like, we love the wire. We live on the wire. We're like birds on a wire, man. Yay! It's kind of cool.
There's a special thing, and I'm trying to find it now because I was.
There's a thing of the thing, something, Spotify. No surprise, I'll be called Miss Shorty. It's happening. Like, trust me, I've been announcing it for days, and I'm like, I don't know why this didn't work. Well, my debit card bounced, so only because my money was in different stupid blah 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 words. But that it's Cheryl. It's on all of them. It's already been released on YouTube Music. Let's fuck around and find out. Come at me, bro. It's already on YouTube Music. I know I've released it before, but it's definitely it'll be on Apple Music, Amazon Music, all of the musics, like any of them.
Okay, I found the thingy.
I'm a recording artist, just saying. Add it to my titles.
You are. You're all the things.
I'll be releasing albums. Of course, there'll be a free Karen Reid album, including Sidebar, y'all. So, yay. Yes, all the platforms. It's all of them. It's like how you can listen to podcasts on any platform. It's just you choose which one suits you best. It's okay. We can leave it for now. I just wanted to say, hey, it's exciting. Cheryl says, I have a playlist with your music on it. Yes, but at the moment, I think I've got 72 songs or something, 71 songs. Let's turn that into some albums, I think. Because Ms. What the Fuck prefers to listen to music on Spotify. I prefer not to listen to music at all, but you know.
Okay, that link should take you to a thing where you can save your like release. You can save the release so that when it releases, you'll get like notified, like when it officially releases. We're figuring it out, man. We're figuring it out.
I'm not. You are.
Okay. It's a team thing. Okay, let's
go to Massachusetts. What the actual fuck?
Do you want me to take this one up?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I can't talk.
That's okay. Michael Proctor, the disgraced lead investigator in the Karen Reed murder case, came under fire on Monday after he failed to show up for another case he was asked to attend. So he took a vacay instead of going to court.
That's actually wild. Like, I'm excuse me, Michael Proctor. This is real life. Contempt of court. It's subpoena. Yeah, he left that day, right?
Saturday, I think.
What a fucking
Which I
weird-
think
look at this
was
guy.
it on Monday? I don't know. Somebody will know.
Yeah, well, yeah. Amber says that LMFAO that takes fucking balls, right? The audacity, the hubris. He thinks he's untouchable. Excuse me, sir. You're the pariah of the Mass State Police. You're the scapegoat, rightfully so. And you can't.
I know. It's crazy. So this was the defense attorney that actually was for the case, and I can't Scarpiccio or something. I don't know. It's a very awesome.
Did he go to Aruba by any chance? Did he go to Aruba?
I don't know. That'd be too good. So let's watch this real quick. It's a short one.
The lead investigator in the Karen Reed case did not show up to court. Defense attorneys for cases investigated by former state trooper Michael Proctor are asking for a judge to stop the destruction of his cell phone records. This all comes after Proctor was fired in March for disparaging text messages he sent about Karen Reed, which he read on the stand during her first trial. Several attorneys say last week they were told his cell phone records would be destroyed. The Norfolk County DA's office says that they are holding them. The attorneys say that they want charges against their clients thrown out due to, quote, alleged bias by Proctor.
Apparently, he thinks he's above the law. So he was served in here. He was told to be here this morning. Instead, his attorney showed up and said he left on vacation.
I think it's Scarpiccio or
I don't know. I'm the wrong
like
person.
Scarpaccio, like Scarpaccio or something.
Vacation.
I just call her
on Saturday.
badass queen.
The vacation was planned, I understand, a year before. But the way that you handle things like that is that you appear before the court before you're supposed to appear on the day, and you ask for some modification of that. That didn't happen in this case. He just didn't show up.
Proctor's attorney was in court, as she said. He said that his client was fired for, quote, unsatisfactory performance, not bias. This is happening while a federal court decides on a destruction order of Proctor's iCloud account. The case heads to court on Friday.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Like, that's wild. He can't keep he has to show up. He can't, like, Lally got there.
Yeah, Lally showed. We're gonna skip Lally.
But I love Lally. I was actually getting these fond, like, oh, Lally's voice.
Yeah,
it wasn't even triggering. I was grateful that it wasn't fucking Brennan, although I wish he was on the stand.
Yeah, but Lally, his appearance was not so great. He was very
lackluster.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. So let's move on to the next one, and the next one needs a trigger warning. So we'll do, which one haven't we done? We haven't done this one.
So, detectives have found what appears to be a shrine hidden near a cemetery. The disturbing evidence is now being forensically tested. What the fuck, miss? What the fuck?
Yeah, so this is a follow-up to a story that we did a couple stories ago, or a couple shows ago, for Julian Story.
Yep. So Julian Story, that's the Port Lincoln one. That's the trigger warning, the beheaded one. That chick, remember we were watching, was it last week? Anyway, we were trying to look to see if it was the same person with same shoes. Was one a man on the CCTV footage, and was one a woman? What's going on here? She was the ex Beauty and the Geek contestant from 10 years ago. So Hecker's woman, and the where she took her dogs for a walk was around this cemetery. So this is what they found. Police.
Search for the missing head of a Port Lincoln murder victim has led to a bizarre discovery. Detectives have today found what appears to be a shrine hidden away near a cemetery, the disturbing evidence now being forensically tested.
In scrubland nestled next to the city's cemetery, major crime detectives begin today's search. And in the middle of nowhere, a chilling find. A bizarre collection of items placed on a rock like a shrine. An Elvis dressed as Jesus t-shirt, a purple drink bottle and a wristband among the items seized by police to be forensically tested. It's where Tamika Chesser, the woman accused of murdering and beheading her boyfriend Julian Story, has been seen walking her dogs.
What we want in this town is answers. Let's find what's being looked for and get all this settled.
The former Beauty and the Geek star has been captured on CCTV walking around the city dressed in black after the murder, but witnesses say she also travelled by bike. Just where she dumped Julian's head remains a mystery police are determined to solve. And it's hoped Julian Story's missing body parts are found before his family lay him to rest at his funeral in 2 weeks' time. Police plan to search as much ground as they can over the next few days.
Okay. That's pretty much
Okay,
it.
so I'm just going to put it out there. This is some Taylor business. This is some methy, cracked up bullshit from someone who's gone drug-induced psychosis, whole hog. This is wild. Not to make light of the victim, Julian Story, but I guarantee you, there's meth involved. Just saying, business. Damn.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you abreast of that. If I hope they find, because they were looking for his head, and instead they found the shrine, which is probably from her. That's crack. That's cooked stuff. That's methy business. Yikes! Not all meth users. Just putting it out there. But there is a certain likelihood that some brain chemistries and some levels of usage will go all business with the crazy shit. So, and when it, anyway, yikes. It is methed up, gosh, all right. That's methed up. I'm sure there's method to her madness, but unfortunately, Julian's Story paid the price. We will keep you abreast. Now, oh God, yes, right. So if you recall last week, chat, we told you about the MRI mishap. A man who was reported as initially as injured because he was pulled into an MRI machine. He had a big necklace on, right? And he was wearing a large chain. He's passed away. We actually broke that news in our the second stream in Psychology Corner, right? But back to the week that was to go further. We're going to watch a video of his wife speaking out. Just awful.
Yeah. And then after that, I do have a little bit of a second update. I'll read it out real quick.
Adrienne Jones McAllister says her husband, Keith McAllister, died after he was sucked into an MRI machine at Nassau Open MRI in Westbury.
I haven't been able to sleep. I'm barely eating. I just can't believe. I still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing. He waved goodbye to me, and then his whole body went limp.
Adrienne said after she'd had an MRI on her knee Wednesday, she needed help getting up. She said she asked the technician to get her husband.
And I yelled out Keith's name. Keith, come help me up, come help me up.
She said the technician went to get her husband and brought him into the room, despite the fact that Keith was wearing a 20-pound chain around his neck with a large lock that he used for weight training.
They was standing there laughing and joking before he even came
Holy.
to the table.
When Keith got closer
Don't
to
freak
Adrienne to
out.
help her up,
I love you.
she said the unthinkable happened.
In that instant, the machine switched him around, pulled him in, and he hit the MRI.
Adrienne says she and the tech tried to pry Keith off the machine, but it was impossible.
I was like, could you turn up the machine, call 911, do something, turn this damn thing
Oh,
off?
the poor
Adrienne
woman.
said that
It's
this
already
was not the first time she
traumatizing.
and Keith had been to Nassau Open MRI, and she said he'd worn the big chain here before.
It's not the first time that guy has seen that game. They had a conversation about it before. Oh, that's a big change.
Adrienne said Keith, a hardworking man who always gave his all, suffered several heart attacks following the incident. He was 61 years old.
And I love him so much.
Wait, Amber. Amber says, I heard, is this fake news, Amber? No, you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. I heard they left him stuck to it for like an hour. Why don't they just turn it off and turn the magnet off? How the fuck does that happen? Good Lord.
Yeah. So
do you know?
I don't know about it being on for an hour. I know that it was longer than it should have been for sure.
So did he was he strangled? Was it that he was like, is that what happened?
They're still waiting for everything to come out, but he definitely had multiple heart attacks while he was stuck in there in a very bad position.
Oh God.
And since this, the family has retained an attorney, and they're seeking investigation into the practices of the place. So, I mean,
absolutely, this should not have happened. Like Rachel said, this should not have happened.
It shouldn't have happened. And I know I want to apologize myself because I think I was like a little bit flippant about it at the time.
Yeah.
So I just want to apologize myself. So, because I do think I was a little bit flippant. So
you know me, I can be flippant at the most inappropriate of times. Of course, you're all good. Amber says she's going to find the article just to confirm. Thanks, Amber.
Okay. So next up, we are moving into a new segment. So we're going on to What the Fuck News, or What the Fuck Weather. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and toss that bumper on real quick while we get stuff set up.
Okay, so we are going to follow up now on the Texas floods that began about 20 days ago. Good Lord, 4th of July, and have claimed nearly 140 lives. Now lawmakers are having special sessions seeking answers. Thanks for that tongue twister. Into how so many lives were lost and how things were handled. Amen. We'll also follow up on some people that we initially saw when we were first covering the story back on that weekend, the weekend after.
Texas lawmakers are gathering for a special session to address the deadly flooding that hit the state earlier this month. At least 136 people died in the July 4th floods. The number of people missing in Kerr County, one of the hardest hit areas, is now down to 2. CBS News correspondent Jason Allen has been following the hearing and joins us now. Jason, great to have you on. What were some of the biggest problems that were highlighted during this session regarding the disaster preparedness and management?
Yeah, Jerika, this is something that people here have been waiting for. We've been following the hearing. In fact, it's still going on in this meeting room just behind us. A lot of the focus today really was on what emergency managers did or didn't know, right? They didn't know. They said that the rain was going to fall as hard as it did and where it did. They didn't know as they were arriving on scene. They didn't know necessarily who was in charge. Not all of these groups were able to communicate with each other. And so while there isn't questioning at all about whether they did or didn't do their job, there's definitely some gaps in how they were able to respond to this emergency. Now, as far as solutions, well, there's been a lot of talk about warning systems, but I asked the representative for that area, West Fordell, today, what people there in Kerrville are telling him that they want. And here's what he told us.
What people want is to get back to their normal life as soon as possible. It's going to take a year or two for those who lost property, and it's going to take a way longer than that for those who lost their loved ones to kind of get through that process.
You can hear that difference, right? The people who are there on the ground, Jerika, they are thinking about right now what's in front of them and taking care of that and getting back to their lives. Meanwhile, here they're talking about things like, how do we prevent something like this from ever happening again?
Right. And the lawmaker makes a good point, too, about the idea that this is going to take a long time to rebuild and sort of get some sense of normalcy. But what are the next steps for Texas lawmakers to pass legislation addressing the floods and really looking ahead at future disasters?
They are planning another session like the one that they're having today in Kerrville a week from now. They'll be talking to some local officials on the ground. And I think you'll see some more back and forth there about exactly what happened in those first hours. At a bigger, broader scale, a lot of legislators here have already been putting forward bills, things with new regulations on youth camps, new money for communication systems so everybody can be connected together. These lawmakers will all work together, decide which one of those things they really want to move forward. And we'll probably see that happen here during this special session, which only lasts for the next 27 days.
Yeah, Jason Allen, good to see you covering it through and through, having been on the ground and now at the legislative place where changes.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
I'm glad that, like, as it should be, that there's going to be an inquiry into this and some changes made as a result, because something good has to come out of tragedies like this, right?
Absolutely. And speaking of something good, when we were sharing this, I think it was the first time we were sharing this, we found out that one of our shorties, Zach, had rescued a young man, Leo.
Yes.
And one of our beautiful mods, Princey, sent in a video that she found. This is a little bit older. This is from 2 weeks ago. But it highlights something that we didn't catch before. So I wanted to show this one.
Okay, thank you.
Do this and then make sure I have it all set up before I share. Okay. Maybe. There we go.
Point. We also have more from Kerrville about a missing father, mother, and a 2-year-old son.
News 4 San Antonio's John is live in Kerrville, where the family says they're holding a vigil tonight.
Hey guys, family tells me that young boy, along with his parents, are still missing this evening. And just take a look here. This is at least left of their home. You can see it's just the foundation. His family says,
my God,
when it swept away. The missing boy's name is Carlos. His father is Leo Romero and his mother, Natalia. Carlos's stepbrother, Leo Romero Jr., was also in the home when it swept away. Rescuers found him a few hundred yards away down the river. He was rushed to the hospital. Today I spoke with Leo's mother, who tells me her son is now home, but heartbroken. Today is his birthday. He shares it with his father. We spoke with his stepbrother, Carlos's godmother, who was very close with Natalia.
Everybody at work is devastated with her loss, that they haven't found her yet, and they're still looking. And after all this, she was so worried about losing her job at 6 o'clock in the morning. She called in to work to let them know that she wasn't going to be coming in because her house was flooding.
The family is planning on holding a vigil here at 8 o'clock this evening as search efforts continue for the Romero family. I'm John Perrick reporting live in Kerrville.
Gosh, that was a stone or a brick home too.
Yeah,
it was just gone.
Yeah,
Goodness
it's
me.
crazy.
Happy birthday! When was that video clip? When was that news clip?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So, well, God
And
damn.
there's one more thing from the floods that we don't quite have time to watch to go through the whole article, but I did want to bring up that the FEMA chief, the head of FEMA's Urban Search and Rescue Branch, which runs a network of teams stationed across the country that can swiftly respond to national disasters, he resigned on Monday due to frustration with the government's response to the floods. So,
yeah.
Okay, so we can move on to the next section.
Okay, so we are still in wild weather. So next in what the fuck weather. So the US fire season public service announcement. Fire season is kicking in. I feel like it's kicked in and roaring in the United States. Please remember to visit the National Interagency Fire Center, NIFC, if you are in a fire-prone area or if you have concerns. So here's what that's got something to show. The website, I think Shelley dropped the no, we've got a link, right? Yes, there it is. The link's in chat right now. Thank you, Simi. So this goes for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to just do a quick PSA. You can go to nifc.gov for fire information. And yes, Tony, it definitely depends on where you are. Some places are getting a lot of rain, but this is a National Interagency Fire Center where you can get information across the states. And on the site, so this is just the main site. If you go to National Fire News, you can get what the national preparedness level. This is scale of 1 to 5. Currently, we're at national preparedness level 4. And this is updated daily. You can see that today there were 2 new large fires reported since yesterday, for a total of 53 nationally. That's from Alaska to Florida, California to New York, all across the states. And so this talks a little bit about what's going on right now, how many firefighters are currently supporting across the U.S.
Tony's got a question. Is 5 good or is 1 good? Are we going for?
1 is good. So,
okay, so the higher the number, the more it's extreme and dangerous. And
yeah. And so on this site, on this information site, it'll tell you about what the weather is like. It tells you about the daily statistics. You can see, what's going on in your state. Alaska has the most fires right now. I'm in Alaska, if you're not aware. I think I've said it before.
Sidebar, I looked at the map because I had a vague understanding, and then I looked at the map. Girl, you are so far away from, you are luckily so far away from the Massachusetts shenanigans. Yeah. You are over there in Israel Keys land. So yikes.
I am in, yes. Yeah,
Thank you, Christy, for giving a membership.
So this is just statistics and stuff, but another spot I wanted to talk about on here is you can get, if you go to, I'm going to just go back to the main page, so we'll just hit the back button. What you can do is on this fire information, if you go all the way down to INCIWeb, this is open to anybody, and I'm going to share this tab instead. This is a map that shows you all the active fires that are being supported by interagencies, and that is agencies like the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, U.S. Forest Service, the Park Service, the Fish and Wildlife, the state fire agencies. Everybody that is actively managing a fire right now, the information is pumped into this site. And it's on this map, so you can see it. It's all the way. It's up in Alaska too. We have our fires are all in the interior, and you can zoom in to wherever you're located. So I'm just doing a quick zoomy zoom. So Wyoming kicked off 2 fires recently. Here's the horse fire. It's 100% contained though, which is great. But you can learn about the fire specifically. Let's find one that's not 100% contained. How about that? Here, this one's only 47% contained. Hey, look, you're covered in flames. Yes, Poke. So it tells you when it was updated. So this one was last updated 51 minutes ago, and the size. And then you can go to the incident. And so now you're still looking at the map there, but if you go down, it tells you about it. So it tells you where the unit is. So this is where their headquarters is, the contact information. So it looks like this is who's running it, who's the activities. So these are the public releases being put out there for this specific fire. And then media that's being put out, so specific maps. So if there's going to be any kind of, if there's a fire in your area and there's going to be any kind of, evacuations, those will be put up here if there's a map for evacuations. And then incident overview, so air quality, closures and fire restrictions, evacuations, current situation. And this is all updated constantly. So just this is really important. And Salty, you said that you don't get any fires. Salty, you're in Florida, right? Well, I know that I did see that there was a fire in Florida right now. Maybe it's not kicked off right now on the map, but I did see that there was something going on in Florida. So don't be so sure. Anyways, I just wanted to put this out there, just kind of a PSA. I know that there's so much going on out there right now, and just be safe. So that's also.
And remember, like, if there's any, like, fires are so unpredictable. The only real assurance is when the wind changes direction and it blows back on itself and it's got nothing left to burn. But don't fight fire with fire. Like, as in, if you get an alert, leave if you can. Don't stick around to protect property and shit. Like, gosh.
Yes, follow the instructions that you're given by the people that are giving them, because they probably know better than anybody else. So I'm looking at the time right now and figuring out what we still have that we could possibly get through. I think we're gonna have to skip that section.
Spin the wheel and decide.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering, we're heading over to there's a portal, a redirect already set up. Salty Sleuth and I are going to be joining Steve from Publicly Buzzed for Feral Friday, starting in 18 minutes. But Steve, if there's no YouTuber on the YouTube that is more tardy than me, other than Steve. So, but we'll be wrapping it up in about 12 minutes to head on over there, and y'all can join us. Shorty Raid, woo! Feral Friday, yeah, Pammy.
So I think what we'll do is we're going to skip a couple of sections, and we're going to go on to, how about let's do Twitter time?
Let's do Twitter time.
All right. Let me find all the things.
So fucking good. All right, in this segment, we slog through the trash to bring you the treasure. Many don't have Twitter, so we've done the work for you to curate some of the best, worst, and funniest tweets this week. I want to say I better be on this list, man. No, I'm joking. I've been on fire on Twitter this week. So I'm just gonna say it. It has been so liberating to find my voice without fear. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. I'm trying to very quickly pull stuff up as I do this. So we're going to start with some stupid stuff that I don't know if you sent this to me or if I brought this up myself. Because what I do is throughout the week, I just I bookmark stuff, and I'm like, that's going to go in somewhere. That's going to be somewhere. It's either going to be iBleach or Twitter time. Don't know. So we will start with this one. It's definitely going to be muted because I don't think there's anything appropriate about it. So.
Oh, I love it.
You can claim it if it was yours. Tell me. You can jump in.
It's definitely you. But I like
okay.
Oh no!
I didn't mute it. There we go.
Why can't we listen? Is there music?
I don't know. I have no idea if there's music.
No, there's no music. It's fine.
He's in a pan by just flipping the pan.
Oh, there's a bit of music. Oh yeah. Okay. Mute that shit. So we already now we know the song that we're going to.
Look at all the things you can just do instead of, doing the other way. I mean, it's so much easier, right? Just flip it instead of flipping it.
The flipping the pancake is actually better.
Oh, is it? Have you tried it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I do it.
No, it's not.
Maybe I don't.
Too funny.
I've seen it on MasterChef. Okay.
It's MasterChef.
No, you. Tony says, "As your pancake leaks batter on the floor." No, you wait till it's just that. You wait till that's that stage of, gel, kind of almost starting to cook on that side. No.
Nobody knows. Amazing.
Pancakes, yum. Okay. What do we got?
All right. So next up we have. You did send this to me.
This was for me. Is this? I don't know if this is real, but I sort of like, come on now, no. I have a lot of food. I don't know. My algorithm's going. Oh, she likes food. Yeah. A lot of food stuff comes on my Twitter algorithm. Ranch dressing ice cream. Your thoughts, chat? Ranch dressing ice cream? Is this disgusting? Is this real? Can anybody? Simi says, what? Can anybody attest as to whether this is just a trolling us about this, or is this a real thing? Nope. Oh, hell to the no.
Are people saying no, they don't like it, or are they saying no, it's not real?
Shelley says that's the Odd Flavor Ice Cream Company. So is it real and we're all just saying hard pass, or are we saying nope, it's not real? Blech. Pammy says blech. No, just no. Christy says no, just no. Yuck.
Just no.
It's going to be a no from me, dog. Tis a no from Vixie. Would not try. Smash or pass? Pass.
Pass.
Just the thought of it.
It's so wrong.
Good point. Simi says Google it. Wow.
Oh.
You're an innovator, Simi. You're an innovator.
We don't need
Here,
to
let me Google it.
thing.
I don't know. We didn't even think about doing any. Like, we didn't. Like, what?
I do research on real stuff, not on stuff like ranch ice cream.
Let's just pretend it's real and we're going to say no, thank you. Oh, look, Shelley did post a thing. Vanley, it's a real thing. Shelley Googled it. Wait, how do we do this? Patricia says not real. Now I don't know. Huh. How do we do this?
How do we do it?
How do we do it? We click on that. No, that just puts it up onto the screen for me. Wait, on this screen. Here, wait, I'm doing it. I'm doing it on this screen, on my YouTube screen. You keep talking. Oh, okay. It's real. Hang on. How do I do this? I'll go share screen.
Wait.
Really? Okay, wait.
I did it.
Oh, you did it. We both did it. Guinness ice cream? Nick would like that. Nick's on holidays at the moment. Guinness flavor. Like, well, I don't even like beer. Beer, you don't go here. Ice cream and beer, you don't go here. What's going on? Oh, wait, I just got rid of it. Fuck. Can you pull it back up? I just X'd out of the screen.
Killed it.
Lobster ice cream? What are you talking about? Honeycomb.
That's good.
Goodness comes in all flavors, not ranch dressing. Guinness.
Okay. But speaking of Guinness.
Patricia says, but if it is real, I say no.
Fair. Speaking of beer,
this was definitely me.
This was not only was this you though, I had this saved. I did. I had this saved and I was like, so when you sent this to me, I was like, same brain.
Read it.
It says, hi, ER doc here. I don't know who needs to hear this, but do not even think about it.
The comment thread is so funny. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh. There's a video I made breaking down this crazy echo from the ER.
It's to stick in the sand so that you can put your beer down in the sand and it doesn't fall over. But no, what is this? What is that?
We don't need to know. Don't even think about it because the sand will heat up the beer, right? It's the sand, right? This is all bad.
It's so...
Okay. We're gonna run out of time. We're gonna watch a couple. We're gonna look at a couple more things. Okay. The Astronomer CEO and ex-Coldplay fan, Andy Byron, has resigned. Life comes at you fast. Which is fun. And because of that, that also led to
Thank you, Amber. We were on the time. Thank you. So that's Big Bad Brian Albert and Little John DePipi. She resigned too, Shelley. Interesting. Simi says we've gone feral. Yeah, of course we have. It's Feral Friday. Come on
we're
now.
getting
Capsule,
ready. We're just getting ready.
Yeah. Pre-gaming. We're warming right up.
Yep. I
my
have
God,
one.
Pia said that's alcohol abuse, right?
Okay. This one is puppy grabbed the wrong toy. I was gonna put this in another spot, but I moved it here for this because we can't skip this one. Did I send you this? Did you see this yet? Okay. I'm so glad you got to see this. I was gonna put this in a different segment. But oops.
He's like, sorry, man. Sorry. Fuck. Sorry.
And then this poor pupper, I ate
Oh.
a dozen donuts and then I ate the box.
Oh.
He's so sad.
Pieces, but damn, it was good.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, he's not a good boy anymore, but he's still a good boy. He's still a good boy.
All right, and now we're gonna read a 5-star review. I'll read it because it's not in the reader thing. Okay, so this is for Little Caesars. Stopped into this Little Caesars just trying to get a $6 pizza and ended up in a full-on action movie. Just as I grabbed my order, this furious dude barges in, yelling about how I cut him off in traffic earlier. Before I can even respond, he throws a punch. But then, out of nowhere, the guy behind the counter jumps over it like he's been waiting for this moment his whole life and just beats the living hell out of the guy. The guy ran off and the cashier just dusted himself off, and I said, "Are you okay, man?" And he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Bitch, this is Little Caesars. We always hot ready. 5 stars. Will absolutely return."
That's awesome.
Let's
Oh
see.
my God.
And we'll do one more before we leave off because I want to give some space for you to close out and then give time for you to take a break before we head over. This one I actually had saved for last week, but we didn't have time for it, so we'll have it for this. Mute it and then share this tab. I can't read what it says, but these people are saving this little jaguar cub.
Oh.
And they just say it's a baby. And it's just a baby.
Oh, well, how was he doing swimming out there?
I don't know.
Oh.
He's so tiny, but also gigantic.
Yeah, wow. Just you stay out there. We've got you. You stay out there.
Yeah, you stay there.
We'll save you from a distance.
Yes, exactly. And somebody says he's got a small fish.
Oh my goodness. Yes, be very careful. Be very careful.
Yeah.
And Tony goes, and then it ate their faces off.
Right? I know, right? But look at him. It's just like, he's like, I accept my fate. And then he's like, I'm going to eat this.
Steph says catfish. Amber
Oh
says,
my
stop the boat, idiots. But if they stop the boat, they're going to be in the middle of the water. Now we can get to land and run away.
Yeah.
Ah, la bagna,
And then he's like, no, this is mine now. It's like, just let go. Just let him have it.
I don't think they wanted to get him in the boat, Amber. I think they understood that was not the task at hand, just to land. Oh, I love that. Yay, the baby jaguar.
Okay.
They left him, yes, because he's a wild animal, Steph. They left him. They said, on you go. Go and do land animal stuff. Well, thank you, Miss What the Fuck. That was great. Time flies. 3 minutes 23. Whatever. Thank you for your curating of this. She's disappeared herself. Thank you, Shorties. Puss, 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 puss. Clearly, it wasn't in the US. I'm not sure. See it, Steve's. Pammy will be over there in a sec. There is a redirect, so stick around. If you like, we'll take you there. There's a portal. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Shorties. Thank you for the gift of memberships. I know Miss Steph and Christy. Forrest has been a member for 7 months. Thank you for the memberships. I've got to put Christy's name on the draw. We'll do the draw tomorrow night in the Sade Robinson's the trial of her murderer, Maxwell Anderson. That's not day 4 of trial tomorrow. We're starting at a time, TBC, clock drift. Otherwise, thank you, Ms. What the Fuck. Thank you, my beautiful mods. Thank you, Shorties. Let's go out with Chatty's Bay. Strap yourselves in. You don't need to go anywhere unless you really want to. Oh, Pammy says, Lisa, I sent you some coffee. Wait, pause. Thanks, Pammy. You're a good friend. I'll put you in the draw as well. Thank you so much, Pammy. We'll do the draw tomorrow night. Merch. Thank you, Ms. What the Fuck. I love you all very much. We will see you at Feral Friday. It's time to get feral, y'all. Wow. Peace. Mwah.
I love you all so very much. We had a blast just chatting and stuff. Things may have gone a bit off the rails. Professional when all else fails. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. We're skating through all the tough things, learning about this and that, defense motions, prosecution, and narcissistic twats. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the all caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. Community, just you and me. Occasionally, Buster and Poppy. It's a whole thing, Miss Shorty swing. Together we make each other happy. 'Cause chat